Hello, welcome to Mask, a new generation.
Happy Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving weekend. For those of you who enjoy the holiday, hope you had a great time. For those of you who just want to survive it, congratulations, you did.
Made it through.
If you know,
For those of you who just kind of whatever, fuck you. Okay.
Wow.
Pick a side.
Wow.
and in case you haven't noticed, we have 2 new players here today, and one of them's already made quite an impact. Eric, no. Nicole and Jordan are not available this weekend. They actually have families that care about them, so they're out having fun.
And are totally not dead.
They're not dead.
Totally not.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
They're not dead. All right, so we'll just go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Eric?
Hi, I'm Eric. You probably remember me from other saving throw things and the stroke I just had. Today I will be playing an alien named Rango.
He will be playing the book The Outsider, much like Colin Green did last week. So they're always fun to have. Frickin' aliens. And you?
I am Mac Beauvais. You're going to get a double dose of me whether you like it or not today because I'm playing Phoenix Dawn Command after this where I'm a big smashy werewolf. But today I'm actually playing in the Doomed class, which is a little bit like Raven from Teen Titans, and I'm playing a character named Banshee.
Hey Eric, I think your mic is hiding under your collar there. First off, confirm that it is in fact on.
It is in the middle.
Yeah, it's on. I can hear you, but apparently you're not being heard well on stream. Just sort of, that should be fine.
Project.
Put your ears really close to your speakers. Nothing
Just
bad
yell.
can possibly come of that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. That seat's also very much used to Jordan just yelling for the whole hour.
That mic might be
so
afraid.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'll center it a little better.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes. No yelling Jordan for a week. That's so sad.
Just
Well, I will.
He
I will
says
let,
as he takes another
those-
swig.
for those watchers at home who are disappointed, my character can shapeshift, so I can take the form of Swole if I want.
that's really okay.
Yes,
We're
but
okay.
can you do the voice?
Oh my. Please. I just survived Thanksgiving. I'm on a lot of cough medicine right now.
Why do I
Don't
keep
worry.
agreeing to do more of these shows?
I don't know. How are we still on the air?
I don't know.
And of course, returning as they do every week because they are my favorite people, Jack and Michael.
Hello.
Hey.
Jack, you're playing the.
Yeah. Here. Okay.
Enjoying his.
I literally
enjoying the
just
lunch?
This is our
went
best
and
show
scooped
ever.
my Chipotle. So there's your plug, Chipotle. You better pay us now. I'm playing Charlie Malinowski, also known as Buckshot, who is the protege class.
And I'm Michael Holmes. I'm playing Marie Mollahan, also known as Kid Stardust. She's the Nova. She is your flying laser beam, basically. With a pink mohawk.
The best kind of mohawk.
Oh, and I'm also a weapons and gadgets expert and a metal elemental. So,
Right. With a mentor.
with a mentor named Golden Arm.
Yes. Who you're not on good terms with? Question mark.
That guy can eat eggs.
Well, we don't know in the context of this particular adventure. 'Cause why don't you
Exactly.
tell us what's different about this time?
It's weird when you do it.
I like it though.
So, since it's a holiday weekend and we're missing about half of the usual team, today we're going to have what they call in comic books an annual issue. Basically, you're not sure where it takes place in continuity or if it's in continuity at all, but it is an issue and it's fun. And we will be focusing on 2 of the members of the safety pins, correct? Safety pins, Buckshot and Kid Stardust, along with 2 new heroes, Rengo the Outsider, and Banshee the Doomed.
Yes.
All right, so,
Fits nicely together.
yes.
Also, Banshee the Doomed kind of sounds like a World of Darkness game that never quite.
I would play the hell out of
I
that.
totally.
Yeah,
would.
that
Oh
sounds
my
good.
god.
It's all about
Onyx
psychopaths
Path,
from
White
different
Wolf, get on
religions and
this.
Stuff, yeah.
Oh my god.
Patent pending, patent pending,
Patent
patent pending.
pending.
It'll be on Kickstarter before I get home. Anyway, sorry.
And it will be published sometime by 2020.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
I'm not mad at Onyx Path. So, all right. So to begin, first off, don't forget donations are still live. You can go ahead, have this guy blow up, or this guy get a really inconvenient phone call from his mentor.
And for $15, I will eat this.
Wow, that price is just getting lower.
Yep.
Last week it was like 20. No, wait, it was 50 to get you to eat it.
Well, because I thought it was the whole thing. I thought it was like it had been unopened. Like I had other feelings about it, and then when you showed that it was only like partially full, then then I still didn't want to do it. So
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair. That is very fair.
I'm also partially lactose intolerant, so
Oh, yeah, well, don't do
that would be really fun.
Yeah, maybe-
Hence
maybe
why
not.
there's cheese and sour cream in here.
Woo! Tempting fate.
It's just gonna be a lot of indigestion.
Hey, it's the weekend for that. So, we'll start off by trying to establish a little continuity. Basically, I ask players questions, they answer it, and then it is canon. I cannot alter it. I have to play by their rules. Part of the fun of the game. Michael. Kid Stardust. How do you know Banshee?
The community college, I think.
Oh, okay.
You know, just taking a fun.
You go to community college. do you?
Apparently,
No,
I'm early ahead in my schooling. Obviously,
Well, and they
very
had
smart.
They had a horror films course for like $60 for like 4 weeks, where you would show up twice a week and watch horror movies and sort of break them down. And I'm trying to broaden my horizons because my parents never let me watch horror movies. But now that they're not in the picture anymore,
Sad.
and since I go to the community college anyway, I met this this lurky little gal over here. So there you go. That's my 2 cents.
I was kind of okay. We'll work with that.
No, what?
I kind of expected something a little more super heroic, but you know what? Community college, getting education's heroic.
Remember, kids, stay in school.
Yeah.
Stay in school, but do all the drugs. All right,
Yes.
there's no downside.
Yeah, I mean,
Just do
obviously.
all of them. They're amazing. They make you feel great. And on that note, so Buckshot. Mm-hmm. You and Rengo had a confrontation once upon a time. Mm-hmm. What happened?
I think it was a time where Rango's shapeshifter, you said, was trying to who shapeshifted into me, not realizing that I also had a twin brother. And it was really awkward because it tried to psych me out or whatever, and it's like, joke's on you, I already have somebody that looks like me, so you can't fool me, you can't get inside my head. Because they like to do a lot of trickstery things.
Apparently, you're a trickster.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Addendum. The last film in the sequence was John Carpenter's The Thing, and all Last Action Hero style, it actually came out of the screen and started attacking the class, and that's when we activated our superpowers. How's that?
Oh, good. I'm glad we're an ABC Family show.
You are.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it's not called ABC Family anymore now.
And
Freeform.
Still don't
What
know
is
how
it
that
called
movie
now?
ended.
It's called Freeform.
That sounds fake.
No,
No, it's true.
Google it.
It's a real thing.
If you got a smartphone, you know how it works.
It's not as bad as Siffy.
Are nerds still mad about that?
Well, I'm mad about a lot of things,
Well,
so
so
I
am
just
I.
I just have a running list that I just
I'm-
kind of keep going back to.
I'm not so much mad that they changed the name. I'm more angry at the reason why they changed it. So
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Weren't they trying to get away from sci-fi?
no, they were like, well, if we change it this way, you'll get more female viewers, and it's like,
Because ladies love wise.
Yeah.
you're like, what? Because women are intimidated by sci-fi. Be like, no, they're fucking not. They just don't have any time for your chauvinist bullshit. That's
Fine with
what.
sexism.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
Make shows and movies that aren't shit, and then you'll have lots of people that want to
Yeah,
watch
with
them.
like women in them. Oh, they do call it freeform. That's stupid. But here's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's pretty dumb. Being honest, I probably would have Googled it too if I cared more about ABC Family.
That's a very fair point.
Hey, they used to show reruns of Whose Line, so I can't be too upset with them.
Stitchers is on that network, right?
Yes, I just scrolled to it.
There you go.
Um,
So, I'll just let you kind of reel from this realization.
No, I'm just what? Oh God! Some of these shows just. There's a show called Job or No Job.
No job.
What is this? What is this?
That's number one.
Time to rotate the board.
Just what follows one young adult per episode on his or her journey to land a first job. Each job seeker will go on 3 interviews. We'll watch the intense ride to find out if he or she lands 3, 2, or 1, or 0 offers.
Why do you want to work at McDonald's?
Way to go, Jack. You just ruined. That was going to be his entire story for this
Right.
session.
Yep.
Was all of us trying to get a
Kid
job.
Stardust episode airs next week. I was going to let it be a surprise. But
Yeah. The entire night's ruined. Good night, everybody.
yeah. Just going to sit
So-
here awkwardly for 2.5 hours.
I'm
Yep.
just like I'm also upset that Melissa and Joey is still on the air.
Really?
Yes.
'Cause
And
Terrible
I'm
thoughts
sorry,
of
I went
terrible
full
on
Scooby
career.
there for a second.
Zoinks.
It's to be expected from you these days. I naturally
All right.
expect that.
just
You have a Scooby-ishness.
it's
I don't
also
know.
just
I'm gonna
still
stop talking.
it's also still really upsetting that like Melissa Joan Hart is like a diehard Republican too. Sorry to ruin everybody's childhood, but
Somehow I'll
Clarissa
survive.
Explains It All will explain how the alt-right is better.
right.
Nazis. They're Nazis.
Nazis.
They're Nazis. They're Nazis.
God. If you ever want me to feel, if you ever want like a weird Schadenfreude feeling, create a character called Nazisaurus Rex as a gag, and then find out literal Nazis are taking over the White House.
I was playing the free-to-play version of Star Wars: The Old Republic yesterday because
Yeah.
I had a day to myself, and it was lovely. And the first mission that I was on kept talking about the Separatists and Separatists and the Separatists, and I was like, this is a little too close to home right now.
We live in the worst timeline. It's canon.
Yep.
So, Rengo, we'll start off with you. So, it is the opening night of Sky High, the newest under 21 nightclub in Hyperion City. Why are you here?
Well, Rengo.
Tell us about yourself.
Rengo is an alien. Rengo is many aliens, basically. Its race is a series of smaller creatures that coalesce to form into one singular unit. And its job is to go to a place, gather knowledge, and then go back home and redistribute that knowledge in its component parts, break up and form new units and spread that knowledge around. So that's what Rengo is, just trying to experience life as much as Rengo can. So
Okay.
that's why Rengo's at this nightclub right now.
Can Rengo refer to itself in the third person? I think that'd be fun.
I mean, Rengo doesn't have, it doesn't know how else to
Right.
refer to itself.
Because it's a collective. It's
Yeah,
not
it's a unit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I like it. It's good.
Okay. So, you actually managed to sneak in here a little early before the doors open. You're mostly standing in what looks like... Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I already finished a beer, and it's not even 15 minutes into the stream. We're looking at a fun one tonight.
Woo!
You're mostly standing in an empty warehouse with some scaffolding people can walk on and a bar. And in the corner, there is a weird, old-timey, probably from some ancient time called the 90s, arcade cabinet.
Well, Rengo's going to walk up to it and investigate it. And if nobody seems to be around, open it up just to look at what's inside of it.
Okay. Inside, you find basically arcade computer parts.
Do I notice that it's in need of any upgrades?
Oh,
that
definitely.
Oh, yeah. So
Definitely.
I don't have a lot on me, but I imagine I'm going to kind of go over it and see what I can improve.
Okay, I think that's a good spot to leave you right now because we're going to go to the outside of the club.
Okay.
Now, Jack.
Yes. Sorry, I'm tweeting about our show because
You
you
should.
told me to. So I'm doing
No, our
it.
producer told us to.
To my all
15 minutes
to
ago.
my all
20 minutes ago
okay,
now.
look, at least I'm doing it.
God, you just can't win.
No, there's no winning. What?
So, what? So,
I'm listening.
I can tell because you're doing this.
Talk to me, Steven.
Okay.
What's happening?
You're in the...
Hold on, I need to get some Chipotle. Already had a chip.
You're standing in line for the opening night of Sky High, the premier under 21 club for Hyperion City. Now, what convinced you to go here opening night on a school night?
James.
Your brother? Okay.
Makes sense.
He's like, we should go. Everybody's going, and I'm like, well, I just want to stay home and study.
And
no,
what
we
did you
should
do to
go.
and what did you do to convince this one to come with?
I said, well, if I have to go, you have to go too, because I need somebody to talk to.
Well, Katie doesn't want to go, and
Katie has college.
yeah, she's been a bit of a pill lately. So I'd be happy to go with you, Buckshot.
Yeah, and I can imagine also when we're not in like superhero mode, where we're just like normal people, that you feel rather a little protective because I am very tiny.
Oh yeah,
individual.
absolutely.
You're tiny and Asian and cute.
I'm tiny, and I just have like I don't have like I get social anxiety, so it's like don't make me go in the club because I won't
And
know anybody.
the whole time we're waiting in line, I keep ribbing James about, hey, it's funny how it's just a lot of people here with superpowers. You know, I don't even know if they let normal people in. Because his brother's in the closet about his superpowers, basically.
Got it.
Just relentlessly, like every half hour or so, just kind of needle, just a little more, needle.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey James, there's like it's a wood door. You could probably like make it a little bit bigger.
After about the third time, you two have ganged up on him to try to make him admit he has powers, which he insists he does not have.
Oh, of course not. No, I mean,
Yeah, he's like an earth elemental. He can, like, shift the
Possibly.
earth and-
Okay.
I mean, he is, but like,
He is, but he refuses to admit it.
of course,
As one does.
yes. He ditches you quickly. He
Jay,
sees a group of his friends. Hey, I'll be right back. I just see a group of my friends at the end of the line, down there.
sorry, not sorry.
To be honest, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That
I'm
he
not.
ditched you, or
No, I'm not surprised at all because that's one reason why I like begged Cade Stardust to like come with me because I knew he was gonna ditch me because he does it every time.
Well, then why did you come?
Because I still I don't know, like I still want to look cool. Like I'm still in high school. Like, I still kind of want to fit in, even though I don't at all. So
Hey, don't beat yourself up, okay? We're gonna go in, we're gonna have a good time, and nothing bad could possibly happen.
no, never,
No.
ever. This is just gonna be a quiet night
Yep.
of terrible dance
Home
club
by
music.
11:30.
Yeah. No, there's gonna be nobody bringing in, booze because it is under 21.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be any drugs. There's
Not
not gonna be any
superpower
bad
fights,
people.
Yeah.
It's just
This
gonna be
arcade
super
cabinet
chill.
is not going to gain sentience and attack people.
No, and neither are like they've got like a little prize booth like in the corner near the arcade thing, and like none of the stuffed animals are gonna come to life and
gotta
like
ask,
attack.
And there
What
certainly
game is
isn't a bunch of people dressed up as clowns. Not like,
Said 90s, so I'm thinking it's Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat
Oh, yeah.
Are
I
you
was
saying
thinking
that
of
there's
that with the
ICP
Simpsons
here?
game.
I was going to say, instead, you see a dispersed among the crowd waiting to get into the club. There are people dressed up as clowns, not like circus clowns. Like, dear God, that was such a
Are
terrible.
they
I'm
IC?
glad
Are they
that's over.
juggalos though? Are there juggalos here?
Think of a cross
'Cause I'm
between.
gonna have
Come on,
a-
Buckshot, let's fight.
Yeah, can we
That-
fight the
think of it-
Juggalos?
I was
Because
about
I
to
will
say-
fight unprovoked.
I was about to say, think of a shitty cross between juggalos and terrible Joker cosplay.
So Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Jared Letos.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 16 Jared Letos just chilling outside.
And they're all going,
I just. You know what? I hope there are juggalos in the chat right now, and I hope they're offended.
Yeah, if you're a juggalo, chime in. Tell us about your lifestyle, because it utterly
And-
confuses
Yeah, tell
me.
us why, because we don't understand.
Yeah.
Just.
And on that
Just
note, if you really
why?
wish to, and for the juggalos out there, because I have no opinion on you, because I just don't care enough about anything, you can donate to ruin this game for me and everyone else involved. So make sure to check out that
Ruin the
donations
game.
tab.
Ruining
Ruin
is the
the game.
best. Ruining is favorite.
Ruining
If you
is-
also, I think they can also like create bad
Chaos.
guys too.
Yes, they can.
So if you want to
For
create,
a little donation, you too can be a supervillain with a herd of cronies.
please make them
Potentially
juggalos.
Jared Leto Juggalos.
Please. that would be
Oh.
the
Juggalettos.
juggalos.
There you go.
That's her name now. I'm writing that
I'm
down. This is
tapping out,
going in the
guys. I'm
booklet.
tapping out.
Juggalettos.
That's like
been fun, guys.
what was it? Wonton.
Wonton
On Destruction.
Yeah, he's an Asian supervillain from the 80s.
He's the most racist
He's
thing.
actually not even Asian at all. all.
He has a cooking show now.
Oh,
But he
comics.
does-
Why are you so crazy?
Oh no, that was a Stephen misspeak.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nope. Never
And-
mind.
But
Nope.
it's canon.
That's how I have a
Everything,
life.
everything in my
Yeah,
life is no
no.
right now.
Yes. Speaking of no, one of the Juggalettos, because of course you're here too. It's Tuesday night. You only have so much brooding you can do.
Yeah, my parents wanted me to get out of the house for a while.
And you heard about this, so you're here. And it seemed like such a good idea until this 6'3".
Did it seem like a good idea, really?
No.
I feel like I happened across this while I was moodily walking down the street.
That's how it happened. That's how it happened. You're on your way to the record store. You wanted to buy another copy of Smith's album. And
obviously.
You just kind of got sucked into this crowd. You don't even want to be here. And now you have a 6'3", really axe-reeking man with some tribal-inspired clown makeup. He just looks like a fucking train wreck of a human being. Trying to make small talk in the most awkward, bragging way ever. And of course, you two see this.
Yeah.
So,
No thanks.
I like the goth thing. No thanks? What? I didn't ask you anything.
Who is
You didn't
that?
have to.
That's Banshee. She was in my film class. The whole.
Well, you
yeah.
probably would have known
Oh,
her
yeah, right.
as Darlene, by the way.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as Banshee.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Why the attitude? Give me a smile. Come on. It's fun out here. I feel
How about
disgusting
I
right now.
smile
Should feel.
if you can prove that you can go fuck yourself?
What?
And you see his hand go towards the zipper.
Whoa.
What do you do?
I flip him off and I walk away because
Good
that's
call.
just bullshit.
Good call.
Why don't you call her over
Yeah.
here?
Hey, Darlene. Hey, it's Marie from the film class.
Uh-huh.
You wanna come just stand with us for a minute?
Oh, fucking cock blocks.
Gross. This is so gross.
I feel disgusting and I want to take a
Should
shower.
feel disgusting.
He wouldn't say that. He'd
Sure.
go, "Oh,
Got-
lesbians or something.
Yeah.
Lesbians.
Fucking dyke.
Fucking oh.
You know how that goes. Come on, man.
I don't leave my house. I don't talk to people.
That's
Well,
also
you better
Is
off.
there, like, a rock or something around? Because I have a little telekinesis. I'd love to just drop a rock on his fucking head.
There is some rock. There is a brick, just kind of.
Yeah, just as I'm walking away, just kind of a.
It hits him right in the nose. He goes down like a.
I also
goes down like a, I don't
with
know.
my elemental, I make it so that his pants are actually fused together. The zipper is fused and the button is fused,
Thank
so
God.
he can't take his pants off.
Karmic balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, his belt is fused. I'm guessing he's also wearing a belt.
Yeah,
Well,
let's
sure,
go
it's
ahead
part
and
of
say
the
sure.
ensemble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those like clasp belts that's like the cloth one that you have to like tight, like it's military cloth.
Oh, those
yuck.
are so ugly.
Yeah.
So ugly.
It's not okay. I mean, that alone, like, the makeup was bad and everything, but the belt was the real deal breaker,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Right? Darlene, this is Charlie. Charlie, this is Darlene.
Hey.
Occasionally we go have adventures together. You can call him Buckshot if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
not
You just met, you know. Let's see how it goes.
not right now.
You guys
Okay.
are really weird. I only saw you in that class that one time. Like, we're not friends, you know that, right?
No, I know.
Such a
But,
perky person.
you know, I thought you were.
No, but that guy was bothering
I'm
you.
sorry, I didn't mean to diminish your
Yeah, I
agency.
can take care of it, okay?
Okay.
Fine.
Sure.
But there's also going to be more of those types of guys here, so you might be better off just hanging out with us.
And actually, at this
Or
point, I kind of
leaving.
clock the amount of juggalettos in the crowd.
You'd guess about maybe 10. It's like the Crazy 88. There's never 88 of them.
Sure. It's ironic.
I just hate Juggalo.
You should. You really should.
Then we stand in awkward silence for a couple minutes.
As the front doors
Yep.
open and people begin herding themselves into the club, finding, what exactly did you do to that poor arcade cabinet?
I added several new characters of my own design
Uh-huh.
that I feel are very well balanced.
Please tell me that there's somewhere between like the couple from Beetlejuice, what they turn into, and then like Ugly Dolls
Well,
and
there's that.
Night Before
and,
Christmas.
and also Shang Tsung is now playable. Like that was just like because you never get to play Shang Tsung.
You
so-
are the true hero.
Yeah.
Is there a Lord of the Rings pinball machine?
I don't know. I've just been working on this Mortal Kombat cabinet.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
Yes, because it's the best kind. I love that pinball.
Indiana Jones pinball. That's my jam.
Doesn't one with the giant has the giant boulder,
Boulder?
that comes down at some
Fuck
point?
yeah, it is.
That one's amazing.
Right?
As you guys enter, you recognize this. Well, would he recognize you?
Currently, I imagine I guess we would probably have met at school because I would be intending to get that life experience, and I would be in the form that I represent myself as in school.
Okay.
how old are
how does that
you?
form look?
I mean, right now it's like a teenage boy, like around the same age as Jack's character.
Okay.
So 16.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll answer that question
Yeah.
for you.
Is he white, black, Asian? Like what?
We'll say he Asian because it works with the name because didn't change the name. So at the moment that's what it is.
You're still Rengo?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that was Asian.
It's
It is now.
Yeah.
it's the Japanese word for
Now
unit.
it's canon.
Oh.
Or
Does this
it's
unit have a
according-
soul?
According to, I mean, it has several.
Couple dozen, really.
Yeah.
Sax, while you're off, would you do me a tiny wee favor?
What's up?
Would you hand me the remainder of the vegan cookies?
Ooh,
Are there other
Nice
cookies
catch.
over there?
what's that?
Are there other sweet things? I have such a bad sweet tooth.
You get M&M's. You get M&M's.
Nobody else gets them though.
Sax has influence
Sweet
over all of
Jeebus.
us.
He's the best stepdad.
Here, now eat all this and shut up.
It's like I'm back home.
It's like I'm back.
That's bleak.
Have you met me?
It is Steven we're talking about.
Barely. Let's be honest.
Yeah, sure. This is like the
What are these?
longest we actually talked.
Extra creamy milk chocolate with toffee and almonds. This does not sound like something I would enjoy.
Fancy.
They're called nuggets, guys.
Gross.
Kid Stardust just kind of makes
I
a
didn't know
tour of the whole place, just kind of see what it's all about.
Okay. There's a dance floor. There's a dry bar. They got a little arcade section with a Mortal Kombat 2 machine that just doesn't look right now. How does it not look right? I'm imagining like has
It's-
pipes coming out of it now.
It's got a few pieces sticking out of it that wouldn't normally be there, and it is considerably brighter than you would expect the arcade cabinet to be.
So she kind of does one of the... And then just keeps going.
There's also a DDR machine.
Of course there is.
Everywhere.
Of course there's a DDR machine.
James and I used to come do DDR at the local arcade. So obviously not here. We just do that all the time. And then we got to high school, and then he doesn't speak to me as much.
Okay.
Just taking up a post against the wall, messing with my tarot cards, not really paying attention to the rest of the people here.
So as you take your little stance against the wall and decide uniformly everyone here is stupid except for you, and they're all awful except for you.
No, I'm awful too. Come on, I don't have illusions about this.
Oh, you're Daria. Sad.
Is it though?
Not really. You actually feel something weird going through your tarot cards.
Actually, interesting what was on top, and I actually did shuffle these.
It's death upside down.
Yes, it is.
Well, that's judgment. Also,
No, that's justice,
oh,
It's
justice.
justice.
which is actually a really
Ooh,
good one right
fitting. Oh, Matt 510. Love you, buddy.
Hi, Matt 510.
2 rerolls for Eric
Yay!
and 1 for Matt.
now. Oh,
Nobody
fabulous!
ever gives
Thank
me
you.
anything.
Well, now you can't say that anymore.
Yeah. And what do you mean you didn't get anything? You literally became the big bad evil guy of Sean's campaign.
Sax also just dumped
But
all
that
his
wasn't
chocolate
because
on
of
the table. So
And if I recall correctly, you got all the donations and managed to turn a kobold inside out. So
Listen,
eat it.
Hello.
So is this what you wanted?
Upside down, but yes. Perfect.
as an affluent heterosexual white man, it's never enough for me. I always need more.
Oh,
I'm
here.
always the
Just in
victim.
case anybody wants to see. There's.
Sax, you put the tarot card in the dice cam.
I can. There you go.
It was apparently apparently upside down. Now explain to me in detail exactly what that means.
Usually it just means a change is coming. So, shuffle your deck again real quick, draw it again, death upside down on top. Okay, you do a magic shuffle again. Death upside down again. You don't know when... The only time that happened before was when you met someone you didn't really want to meet.
Great.
Balrog. Balrog? Is his
Valor.
name? Balor.
Yes. Balrog is a little Lord of the Rings.
That's what I
so.
thought.
He's also an asshole. I mean, have you met that guy?
Yep.
I think everybody's an asshole.
Well,
Yeah, but Balrog.
I'm not.
he's also the same power level as a wizard, which is why Gandalf was able to stand against him.
Yeah.
Fly, you fools. All right. Now, Rengo. Unit. What do your powers entail exactly?
Well, Rango can fly, and it's pretty tough.
Okay.
And on top of that, has heliokinesis, which is basically the power to control the sun. I can radiate light and also heat, and shape-shifting. So I can kind of transform myself or configure myself in whatever configuration I need for a particular task.
Okay.
Damn handy.
Very handy. You're like Bastion. All right.
I would say more like the Martian Manhunter, but
I like that one better. So you sense plenty of life forms here, most of them human, or at least human adjacent. However, every so often, a creature with a white face comes walking by you. There's about 10 of them, and you get a signal that they're not human, or a human adjacent.
would these be the Jared Letos?
They would be the Jared Letos.
Jared Letos. Yeah.
Jared Letos.
Jared Letos. Okay.
And you notice that all of them seem to be looking in one direction towards a very ornery-looking girl in, I assume, all black. No. Okay, what are you wearing? Tell me what you look like.
So she actually, she's super washed out looking. She's got short white hair and a pixie cut. She's got like really light blue eyes that almost look like they could just fade out to being white. And she is actually wearing more layers of gray. So it's a lighter gray with maybe a little bit of white. So kind of like a, light colored goth.
Okay. Pastel goth.
And do I notice?
Except without the pastel.
Do I notice anyone
Springtime
else
goth.
confused by this or actively paying attention to all these weird creatures?
No. Though you do notice this one glows pink to you, and that one seems to be made out of the same material as the arcade cabinet you just fucked with.
Okay. I mean, I'm used to seeing people with abilities, but it doesn't seem like anyone else is confused by what's going on, so I'm not sure if I should be confused.
Well,
So I will pay attention.
just paying attention, you do notice this one seems to be actually the most well-adjusted and normal person, even though they're glowing pink to you in the club.
Okay.
Yeah. Or at the very least, insecure feeling.
It's all an act.
Yeah, of course it is. You're a
Which is
teenager.
funny because I think I'm actually the most well-adjusted
Right.
of the group.
Oh, you definitely are.
All right. I'll just kind of like hover around these weird
Can I get you, sir?
white-faced creatures that don't seem human to me,
Guinness one?
Oh, yes.
and actively pay attention to what they're doing.
Okay.
Like some of me is doing that while others are obviously thinking about other things.
Now, what? I'm sorry. What's your current form look like, or are you
It's-
going kind of invisible for the moment?
No,
Thank you.
Currently, Rengo is a teenage boy,
Okay.
so
So I wouldn't necessarily
no,
find anything out of the ordinary about you.
I blend in very well when I want to.
Cool.
All right.
I mean, I'm kind of peeping the Juggalettos because obviously they gave her some trouble, and I just want to, see what they're up to. I'm having a good time. I'm drinking my soda pop.
So you notice they're all gross.
Okay.
Every single one of them. They're all dudes. They're all gross, and they all kind of look the same to you.
Okay.
and they all seem to be sort of like Are you on the upper floor of the club or the lower floor?
I pictured that it was up on the upper floor. I feel like
Okay.
you're killing it at DDR or something like that.
No, I'm
What are
wherever
you doing?
I'm wherever
Okay,
you are.
okay.
Because I'm.
So you're
I'm
clinging
telling, when I said I needed somebody to be there with me, I am like attached to you at the hip.
All good.
Well, that sounds like a good opportunity if you want to come for and support them.
Yeah, I do. So I'm going to roll for my mundane.
All right.
And that is that's 8 all told.
Okay.
I'm gonna shift your labels and put your. God, I don't know. What would be a good label to shift here?
Well, you could always shift up Freak to make them kind of get out of their comfort zone a little more and their mundane down.
Yeah. I just kind of grab you by the shoulders and I'm like, "This is a party. You're supposed to have a good time." Blah, 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 blah. Or something like that. And then I make you dance with me.
Okay.
So yeah, you get +1 to your freak.
Okay. You're being forced to dance in the
Okay.
middle of a crowd.
I'm definitely not enjoying it.
Can't get you out of my head.
And that's the song they're playing.
All I dream about.
I don't even remember. What is Kylie Minogue?
Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
2001. Classic.
That song was on the Queer Eye for the Straight Guy soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I had that CD.
So you grab what's your character's name again?
Charlie.
Charlie. I'm sorry, Jack. I forget Charlie's name. So you grab Charlie, give him a nice big spin, and you land right into the chest of one of the juggalados.
No.
But you look up and you notice his eyes are completely blacked out. And he's not doing it. He's just standing.
I hate this.
As you should.
I'm just like I freak out and scuttle back over too.
No one else at the club seems to be noticing that these guys are all kind of just zoned out.
Probably because they just think they're blackout contacts.
Probably. They are popular.
Yeah, but it just it was just a weird feeling too, because he wasn't moving, and even with the blackout context, you can still tell when somebody's looking at something, but he was just zoned out.
He was.
These guys are creeping me out, Charlie.
Ugh.
Why don't we go downstairs and see what's going on there, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
that
very
sounds
nice
good.
Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine.
Yes.
Does this unit possess a soul? All right.
I think the answer is yes. Legion definitely possesses a soul.
Yes.
Yes,
I've
anyway.
actually never played Mass Effect.
Oh, well, you should rectify that.
I can feel the judgment coming from you and the chat.
Good.
What were you going to say?
No, I was gonna say I based it more on the hunters from Halo,
Okay.
because they're a grouping of sentient worms that form a giant terrible monster.
Oh,
Nice.
that's gross.
Yeah.
I like it. And in my mind, I'm picturing some sort of what do they call it in Transformers when a bunch of them join together?
Combiners.
Combiner, yeah. I'm picturing a sort of smaller, more dynamic combiner.
Yeah, but biological.
Yeah.
Sure.
Gross.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Mass Effect. # Geth.
Hashtag I will have to play that before the new one comes out.
Yeah, you got a little bit of time.
God, tense over there.
I have 2 modes, okay? I don't give a fuck and intense.
Walk
I
or
respect
kill.
that. Murder, not murder, okay?
Chuck
Yeah.
Norris over here, you know what I'm saying? Huh? Quit talking and looking at you now.
Oh, God.
He knows better.
He should. I expect that for Phoenix Dawn, 5 o'clock tonight.
Always.
All right. So, Balor's here. At the very least, Balor has sent something here because your tarot cards, which are directly tied to your powers, correct?
Not really. It's just
Okay.
she gets a really strong sense from it. It's kind of a baseline.
All right. So
I
it's
imagine
most-
they were handed down through many generations of her family too.
All right. Your tarot cards, just no matter what you do, no matter how you cut the deck, you keep getting that card. And you feel him, and you know he's here, and you know he wants you dead. What do? And you're in a very loud, crowded club with a bunch of morons.
Yes. I'm going to try and make for the door.
Okay. As you make for the door, you are stopped by two of the
Juggalettos.
Juggalettos. You want to say juggalettes?
It's whatever you want it to be.
That
I just-
word's even
Juggalettos is-
gross. Juggalettos is at least like, juggalettes sounds so. Ugh.
Sounds like the.
Just want to puke in my mouth.
Yeah. No, thank you. You're stopped by two of them.
Okay.
They are black. Their eyes are completely black and glassy looking, and they don't seem to be responsive.
Right up in their faces.
Not a response.
Not a response? Okay, it's time to bail out. So, she actually has like a transmutation thing, so she can kind of get a little more spectre-y.
Okay.
And so she wants to be a little less like tangible to everybody around her, and is going to try and like move quickly to the back door. Because
Alright.
she also, that's part of her speed, is also strength and speed are part of her power set as well. So she's going to basically just try and like fade out and just make a break for it, because she knows that if Baylor's here, it's more than she's going to be able to handle.
All right. The minute you transform into your wisp form, or whatever you want to call it, all the Juggalettos open their mouths and an ear-piercing screech emits from them. It sounds a little bit like your Banshee wail, but a lot weaker. And it's enough to knock all the non-powered people to the ground. You three are still standing, though.
Really? I figured there'd be more of us here. She
I
said
didn't
this
even
is-
know there were any of other people here. What are you guys, what is happening?
It sounds like 20 car alarms going off in once. And one of them just kind of collapses with a black sort of ichor flowing out. Have you ever put food dye into clear water and it gets that weird shape to it? It kind of looks like that, but it's floating upwards.
The classic 1980s kind of storm cloud brewing effect.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to get out of here.
This is not normal.
Yeah. I'm starting to.
All your sensors are, you're going through all your databases. Oh, this is not acceptable.
Hold on. I want to see what's going on with these guys, and I'm going to go up to the one who's.
It's your funeral. I'm still moving for the back door.
I'm going to check out the guy who face planted, and I want to touch him, but kind of kick him with my foot and. Just,
Let's see. I'm gonna have.
yes.
Let's have you assess the situation.
I'm going to assess the situation.
Roll me superior.
Plus superior, which is just straight, so that's 6, which is a miss, right?
That is a failure.
Okay.
Mark potential.
All right.
Every time a person fails a roll in Mask, which is powered by the Apocalypse,
Yeah.
they get an experience point. And you find that he's non-responsive or breathing.
Okay.
Can I also assess the situation since we're like in the same
Yeah, if we're joined
spot?
at the hip, then
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
that's plus superior.
So that's 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You get to ask one of the questions.
What here is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat, from what you can tell, because you saw the black thing leave his mouth before he collapsed, and as he checks, as Kid Stardust over here inspects the body, you can tell he's out. You're not even sure he's alive anymore. And the black cloud sort of thing has started hovering in the center of the building,
Okay.
sort of like where we have our wonderful little light source right here. This is all because of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the only person that fell, or are there multiple
The
people?
the other 9 are still standing, though. As you make your way towards the back, every time you pass one of them, they collapse and another black thing comes out of their mouth.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume at that point then it's me that's just triggering it. And see if they're standing there and this, I know kind of what's coming. I'm going to yell, I'm not kidding. You want to get out now.
What's going on?
It's too much to explain. It's not good, though. You want to get out of here right now.
Well, what about all the innocent people here? We gotta
There
get them
are
to
a
say.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I don't know if there's anything we can do for them at this point. I've never seen it this bad.
Well, I'm not running.
Maybe we could trigger the fire alarm or the sprinklers.
Because the civilians aren't knocked out. They just got knocked down, correct?
Some of them are knocked out.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh.
Okay.
Also, Cygera gives Mac, Michael, and Jack a reroll.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy, and enjoy. I'm
Awesome.
so bad at tossing things.
Yeah.
Good idea, Charlie. Get on that.
Yeah, and so so I just turn the sprinklers on in the building.
Okay.
So
Can I ask, is this normal?
Who are you asking exactly?
Just there are three of us that aren't these things, so just I don't understand this.
It's not normal.
You must be new to Hyperion City. Just try and stay out of the way, and we'll make sure everybody gets to safety.
Mm-hmm.
Normal-looking kid, kid, guy. I would just say them both.
Person.
Yes.
Kid. Anyway, sorry. Kid.
So you're still running?
I see them standing firm, and I stop for like 2 seconds and look at a card. And then
Alright.
I just fine and head back.
What card did you
Towards
draw,
them.
and what does it mean to you?
So I actually have the Six of Swords, which
Okay.
is sort of a card that's kind of moving on and moving away from the past, but it was inverted, so it's telling me that I can't run from this part of it, and I need to see this part out.
Okay.
So I decided to go back.
All right. The sprinklers go on without much of a hitch. It douses a lot of people in the water. The people who were knocked out by the blast, because some of them did hit their heads or other things, are still out cold. But you managed to wake up a good chunk of them. And also, all the Juglettos have opened their mouths. The black thing is about the size of, we'll say, the table right now, floating above you.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be forming a face. What does that face look like, Mac?
I mean, it's dark, but you can kind of see other things that are moving within that darkness. But what's really piercing is these two red glowing spots that look like where I should be.
Okay.
Everybody out. If you came with a friend, make sure that they get out with you. Go, 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 go.
Okay. It's a fucking madhouse right now. People trying to get out.
I'm just like holding onto Kid Stardust's sleeve, just like trying not to get torn away, or like drifted away in the sea of people.
So, Balor begins speaking in some language that none of you understand except for you, because you are a robot-ish.
Construct.
I'm a construct of different parts, but some of my parts have been to other places, so I have that knowledge.
Yes. He's speaking Sumerian, and he's saying, "Where is my property?"
I reply back, which property do you speak of?
Did that kid just talk to that thing?
I think so.
Hey, wait. Did you say property?
What's going on?
This is the last time I go out with James.
Also, you don't know what. Oh, by the way,
Stupid.
where is
brother.
James?
Oh,
None of you speak Sumerian?
he left like a.
No.
Okay.
You do?
Yes,
How? Why?
I learned it.
Why are you
You don't
looking
have time
at
for
me?
questions.
I wanted everyone to leave.
What did it say?
Where's my property?
I'm not your fucking property!
And with that, sparks come raining down as all the light bulbs explode.
What is going on?
Exactly.
Awesome.
How dark is it?
Um,
Dark is it?
the emergency lights have come on, and it's a nice, creepy, glowing red
Oh,
room
of course
now.
it is.
Okay.
But there is
Oh,
a chance you may be
wonderful.
eaten by a Gru.
Okay. Well, Rango begins
Or Vin
radiating
Diesel.
light. Just a normal sort of kind of fluorescent.
So the
light.
normal-looking kid's glowing.
Oh, well, okay, that kind of makes a little more sense now, I guess.
You're just catching on?
404 clever comment not found. That's me saying that. That's not.
Nerd.
Yeah, anyway.
Either way.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Well, then actually, Kid Stardust also kind of just started submitting a little bit of that pink Kirby crackle that we discussed last time.
All
Just
right.
kind of a halo of like weird rippling pink and black energy.
I mean, I already see it.
Yeah, of course. But
Electricity
You
is not
see
my
it,
strong
so-
suit.
Oh, yeah.
No.
yeah.
Well, you know, she looks a lot less corporeal than she did earlier, a bit more wispy, and her eyes are completely, like, whited out.
And I try to make my way to you as quickly as I can. I'm like, can we shoot this thing?
You can try.
Your response seemed to have angered it.
It is.
Thank you for that. That's super helpful.
Black tendrils are coming out of the cloud, and it's just knocking
Thank
crap
you.
over.
I don't like this.
You shouldn't. Look, he's basically the god of death. Does that help answer at least a couple of questions? That's the most I
not too
can
bad.
really tell you.
Oh, good. That's something.
Yeah.
In our experience,
So I'm not
gods
really
are
sure how we can
mostly
destroy this.
Fake.
Wait. What do you mean?
I would really like for him to be right about this.
What do you mean? And we'll get into the whole we thing later, because it's a weird affectation, kid. I'm not gonna lie. What do you mean when you say gods are fake?
Typically, it's folklore passed down, or a greater force presenting itself as a god.
What would God need with a starship? Anybody? Okay, sorry.
Not the best Star Trek movie, but a damn good one.
But hey,
They murder God with a photon torpedo.
exactly. Well,
May we all be so lucky.
Marshmallow. I'm gonna provoke Baylor.
Okay.
Balor?
Baylor.
Baylor.
Okay.
Okay, so you will, let's see, on an NPC.
Superior, yeah.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope.
Big fat no.
Mark experience.
All right.
And tell me what you were tell me what you were saying to him.
just kind of, step up boldly, hands on hips, and being like, "Hey, there's a lot of innocent people." Paf. That's kind of how I expect it went down.
Okay, roll take a powerful blow then.
Okay. Oh, nope.
Oh, you so
No,
for
you succeeded on taking a powerful blow.
when you roll take a powerful blow,
Oh, right,
you're
right.
trying
Yeah.
to fail that roll because if you succeed, you get a boo boo.
Right.
It's a weird system, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark experience again
Okay.
as the tendril hits you and just kind of makes you skid back 5 feet, but you're fine.
Okay, so that didn't work.
Just Charlie's like so. He's so confused right now.
Is it?
Don't hurt my friend. Just like and also trying to provoke, just because he's very upset right now because everything's going wrong and it's wet and it's still the sprinklers are still going off.
Okay.
This is like the most apocalyptic thing that you can imagine right now.
That's
That's
plus your superior.
so that's 8.
Okay.
So so I provoked. I
a
can
7 to
choose
9?
1. They stumble, you take a +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity, and they overreact. You gain influence over them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say they err, and I gain a critical opportunity.
All right. So what exactly were you yelling at him?
Oh, don't hurt my friend. Come after me instead. And so I bend one of the the iron bars that's above them to swing
Okay.
to hit them.
That's more of a engage a threat, but since you're provoking, when you shout "come at,"
but what does
instead,
critical opportunity mean then?
That means you set it up so either you or someone else at
Oh,
the table
okay.
can go ahead and
Oh,
like, get a
then never mind.
good
So
punch 'em.
I just kind of move away from them to kind of get myself to draw.
So the red-eyed cloud
attention.
thing sort of takes form. It looks sort of like a octopus human, with like 6 arms that are ending in tentacles.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is going after you
Okay.
in particular.
That's fine.
But when he's tangible, Balor is a lot easier to hit because you can actually hit something now.
Okay. Which I'd like to do. Can I
Okay.
do that?
Also,
All right.
I'll turn off the sprinklers right now too, because it's getting pretty wet in here.
All right. We're entering.
I don't have to roll for that.
I'll just let you do it like a sort of thing.
Just like
Since we are
actually-
in combat, I add
it's-
another team to the pool, so team is a resource that you guys can access. So if someone is close to getting a 10 or a success on a roll, you can explain how you're going to assist them and spend a team.
Okay.
Or you can be a selfish dick, screw over your teammates, and add a +1 to your roll with the team.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically like a free +1. You just have to go a little more in depth with
Sure.
it.
Okay.
Yes. So, what are you doing?
I imagine that there are some tables around, some
Yes.
standing tables. So I'm going to take one of those and take I'm going to flip it this way so the table's facing me kind of like a shield and I've got the legs facing out, and I'm going to run it at Baelor.
All right. Go ahead and roll me your danger.
Okay. And it's 2d6s, right?
Yes. Only 2d6.
So that would have been
That's a fail.
5. So is that a failure?
That's a fail. However, you do have rerolls.
Yeah, let's go ahead and try that again.
All right. If you have a reroll, you can always choose to use it or take the experience point.
7.
7. That is a success. You get to pick one from the list, and that list is resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, and that could be something tangible or intangible.
It's on your next sheet.
Yeah, you should have a
Oh,
player
okay.
reference. Yes. Create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm going to go with the last one.
Impress, surprise, or
Yeah,
frighten the
because
opposition.
I normally run from Baelor, and this time I decided to engage, so I think Baelor would be pretty surprised by that.
Okay. As you ram your table into him, it doesn't seem to actually hurt him at all. In fact, the table kind of snaps as soon as it makes contact with his ichory flesh. However, as he looks down at you, he begins to laugh. Not like, oh, you pitiful thing, but as in a, oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's impressive. I like that. It's cute. So, you now have a +1 on your next roll against him
Okay.
because he's a little bit impressed with you right now. Kind of, you impressed and scared him
Okay.
with that action. Good job growing a spine. Hey, that's a big arc for the doomed usually.
That's true.
Rango says, "This is the threat." Okay, and I guess unleash my power, which I'll just fire like a concentrated blast of solar energy at it.
Well,
Oh.
unleashing your powers and directly engaging a threat are two different things.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Unleashing your power is doing something outside of the realm of normal for your
Okay.
powers. So, if Banshee over here wanted to unleash a whale that would flatten the entire city block, that would be unleashing your powers.
So
If you just want to like
Oh, now I
fire,
have ideas.
yeah, if you ever just want to fire a bolt or something, or
just
you
put
know,
bowling on 'em.
pull your arm off and use it as a club,
yeah.
don't do that. That's really weird. You will be engaging a threat.
Okay, so I'm gonna directly engage a threat. It's
Okay.
just kind of a concentrated beam of sort of solar light at it, because it's dark and I've got light. So
Yes.
so that's
Nope.
so that's let me see, plus danger. So that's so that'll be a
A
2.
2.
So that's gonna.
Have
They-
a reroll.
Yeah.
You do have rerolls.
I'm gonna try one of those.
Okay.
Roll better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, like
See
that.
what-
Hey!
Like a 7.
That's a 7. 7 is a hit. In Apocalypse World systems, regardless of Mask, Monster Hearts, Dungeon World, 7 to 9, it works. 10 plus, it works, and I don't get to do anything bad.
So I'm going to. I'm gonna create an opportunity for an ally.
All right. You fire the light at him, and he, still kind of impressed with you and focusing on you, takes to the side of the head and just falls into the railing of the club, breaking it in half and falling onto his side. He's pretty vulnerable right now. However, you know where James is now?
That motherfucker.
Dangling for his life from the balcony.
Ugh. That motherfucker.
How dare you get yourself in danger?
Get down here right now.
I'd like
Chandelier
to!
is playing in the background, and it's kind of beautifully ironic.
I'm just gonna.
I love that song.
What is playing in the background?
Sia's chandelier.
Jesus. I'll actually bend the railing down so that he can get down to the bottom floor. It's not really like an attack move, but I'm getting my stupid twin brother down here. I'll convince one day he has powers.
All right. As you do that, So you start to bend the metal towards you and lower James to the ground.
Yeah.
You haven't had an attack though yet, so or taken an action.
I'm still kind of stewing about the fact that I got smacked in the face by a murky tendril from beyond reality.
It
And
felt cold and warm at the same time.
she's just going to kind of clench her fists and let the power build up, and I'm going to build up some burn here, hopefully.
Okay, that's a 6.
Um,
Now, what do you roll for your burn again?
I rolled 2d6 plus any conditions I currently have marked. On a hit, I hold 3 burn. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition. And on a miss, hold 2 burn and mark 3 conditions. So
That's a miss.
That's a miss. I'd like to re-roll that, I think.
Okay.
There might be a more important roll later on, but there we go.
There you
Much
go.
better.
So yeah, I get
That's
3
a-
burn.
11?
Yep.
Okay, you get 3 burn. No problem.
Cool.
It's worth it.
That's what I do.
All right. However, since you had to charge your powers and you were distracted with your brother, as you lower James to the ground, Balor begins getting back up, and he's shifting forms again. He now has a large bat wings. The tentacles have moved up to kind of replace his face, and he has basically 3 sets of arms again. This time, elephant, gorilla, and what looks like the head of 2 different snakes that just kind of go into his body.
Charming.
It's pretty nasty.
He's very symmetrical.
He likes that.
That makes me, the player, very happy. Like, my brain really likes symmetry, but Buckshot's not happy.
Of course not, especially when you had to save your stupid brother. So, what do you
Yep.
guys do?
Because he keeps shifting, and you gave me an idea with the whole shrieking thing. Can I use my powers to try and target the telekinesis to try and vibrate him apart, since he keeps shifting into all of these other pieces, to try and temporarily kind of unstick him from this swarm?
Well, since he's effectively a god of death, and I'm aware gods are iffy, you're not sure if you've ever been able to do something like that, and so...
Rango just said most gods.
Most
Yeah, well, I'm
gods.
not really. I mean, at this point, she's not sure what she can do with him anyway.
True. Go ahead and unleash your powers.
Okay.
And for that, roll me freak.
Freak. Okay. So I have +1. So that gives me 9.
9. Okay. Now, you have the option. You can either mark a condition, which gives you a negative to one of your moves, and also it's kind of like a little guide to play. Or I can tell you how how this effect is temporary or unstable.
Tell me how it's temporary and unstable.
Okay then. So you just kind of put your hands out, focus, and then rip. And he rips in 2, just like you wanted. He doesn't seem used to that, and you notice that the eyes are split as well, so now there's 4 sets on 2 different bodies. It seems to be folding in on itself, though, so now you have to deal with 2 5-foot tall, well, how tall? You're dealing with 2 10-foot tall monsters instead of 1 20-foot tall monster. But,
Okay. Maybe he's a little off put
he's
by
smaller.
that.
He's smaller, and he's definitely not used to that sensation. Gods tend to be one being.
I am actually going to, since I did bend that whole bit down to get James down, I'm actually going to take that part and kind of manipulate it into a giant hammer and then swing it at the second one. Hey, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Okay, so we got Death God 1, and
Thank
Death
you.
God 2.
I'm gonna take Death God B.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and engage the threat.
Plus danger, so that is 8.
Okay. Pick one from the list.
I am going to. I'm gonna say that I frighten the opposition.
Okay. Seeing as it's not used to not being itself, Death God B, after being hit with a giant metal hammer, lets out a ear-destroying shriek, similar to what you heard earlier. It's very high-pitched, very loud, and it sends James to his knees. Go ahead and mark a condition, your choice.
My choice. Do we still, if we have conditions marked from last time?
Since this is a not sure of continuity issue, go ahead and you start off with no conditions.
Okay. I'm going to say guilty, because that was my fault.
Okay.
That.
James, who does not have the experience or the training or even the willingness that you do in the situation, is in a lot of pain and doesn't look good.
So Rango, seeing the one god of death split into two, and Jack's character going after one of them, shapeshifts into the form of Goldberg, the wrestler, and does his,
Yes!
does his signature like
Yes!
yell and like jump like
The
at
best wrestler. I had all his shit.
Yeah, he just goes. He does his whole like "Brah!" and like does like the jump and an attack at him, and it directly engages the threat.
I love that.
That is the best thing. I love it.
It was the first one to come to mind, and then I was like, "Is he still doing it?" I was like, "Yeah, he's still doing it. He's still out there, still wrestling."
That's
so-
5.
No, that's a 4.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
right.
But I'm gonna get rid of this because why not?
Yeah.
Because the chat gave it to me, so I'm gonna do it. And
It's even worse.
yeah. So
We'll mark a
yeah.
mark a potential.
So
Yes.
I got the potential to do.
You got an experience point.
Nice. Yeah, so Goldberg doesn't. He kind of just. I imagine it's kind of like a. And then it just stopped. And then shifts back to the form he was in previously.
Well, as you are in your human form, you find that the black flesh of Death God 1, I guess we'll call it, is seeping around you and sort of absorbing you into the body.
IPA.
It's not the worst sensation you ever felt. In fact, you feel like this most days. It's just not what you want to feel right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already part of a collective, so
Exactly.
I just
Go ahead and mark me. You're angry right now.
sure.
Yeah. This is not your collective.
No,
He doesn't get to do this.
I did not consent to be part of this collective.
No. Okay, can start us. Goldberg right here is now being merged with the Death God 1. He's dealing with a brother, and you split a god in half.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like I'm gonna have to do it again to get him out.
Well, seeing that my second favorite pro wrestler has gotten absorbed by the evil blackness from beyond space and time, I'm just going to keep going with that.
Please do.
I'm spending 2 burn to do overcharge.
Nice.
And what that says is you channel the full capacity of your incredible powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses.
Ooh.
Spend 2 burn to take 10 plus when you unleash your powers.
Oh, nice.
And because that's plus my freak, that's a 12.
Well, so tell me what happens.
So basically, as I see you kind of getting absorbed, I just like concentrate like this full blast, and I want to just evaporate the death god around him.
Oh.
Just kind of create like a... If you played Star Wars Battlefront, the thermal imploder, that's what I want to do with this guy. So there's kind of an explosion and then it sucks back in.
Or the grenades from the second Thor movie as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And, you know, it's science out in a way that hopefully doesn't kill him.
Since you rolled a 10, and I'm not one for playing killing characters, I'm not Sean. So, you managed to just channel all your feelings into this one shot. You blast half of Balor, and he fucking evaporates.
Cool.
The only thing that's left are 2 glowing red eyes just floating in the other, and they don't seem to ever get a bag of googly eyes and are all looking the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like that. And for the first time, you feel like you might actually be able to escape this thing.
Which would be
Gain influence over Banshee.
Okay.
She gives you one of her
Oh,
coins.
that's what I meant.
What is it? This?
Yes, those are your influence.
Oh.
Influence is a currency system within Mask. It's similar to the string system in Monster Hearts, where basically, if you have influence over someone, that person cares what you think, and you get a +1 to provoke them or comfort them or other moves.
Okay.
You can also use it to give them a -2 on a roll, so you can use, if you can find a way to justify it, I will even let you use influence to make a powerful blow roll a failure. That's what you want. So, okay. Morted Blade gives one team. Okay, you guys also gain an extra team.
Cool.
Thank you, Mortibite.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thanks, friend.
And then
Adds a rack of weapons to the scene.
Hashtag Max Rack.
I'm going to justify this, okay? They have a bunch of movie-accurate, actual
Okay.
Smith replicas decorating the walls.
like some Weta shit.
Was
There's
I
some
not
Weta
Was I
shit.
not supposed to make those working? Because I noticed that those did not work.
And now they work. Now not only are they movie accurate, what's that one thing the Klingons use?
Batleth.
Yeah, the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's several of those.
I
They're all
assumed-
very
I
sharp.
assumed they wanted them working.
There's a Nerf gun that fires plasma now. For some reason, yeah.
Why not?
You know
Sure.
that I'm really excited about these things.
Yeah.
You now have access to it, and that's part of the scene. Was that everything?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I'm just apologizing for allowing that non-standard donation, but
No. I love that. I'm going to set that up so that can be a standard donation.
Oh, well, now I have to use that.
All right. You are now free. You're having a weird moment of, what's that word? Oh, yeah, hope. And you...
So creepy.
Huh?
Super creepy.
It's
It's a
not-
weird feeling. I'm feeling it where I think they say the heart's about here, but I don't know.
Is it? Oh, let me. Shift it around.
It's like when I read that article Michael wrote. It made me feel things. I don't like it.
Oh, this is worse than the time I got indigestion.
And Balor still has... The two eyes seem to be moving towards the first body. We'll just call that Balor now. But he's definitely weakened. He's definitely in a state of shock. What do you guys do?
Well, I have to use the rack of weapons now. And on top of that, I have telekinesis. So I have to pull up some of those weapons and sling them over at what's left of him and try and use it to like kind of slice him apart, because I saw that he got, pretty much obliterated and had to, deform
Okay.
with what Kid Stardust did.
All right.
So what am I
That
rolling for
sounds
that?
like engaging a threat.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me danger.
Danger. That's an 8.
Okay. Go ahead and choose from the list. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, or impress or surprise.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I want to take something from him, but I'm not sure exactly what, because it would be something intangible.
His pride. His
Yeah,
dignity.
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, can I take some of his dignity from
I will
him?
allow that.
This is the first time I actually landed blows on this guy. So
Yeah, I will allow that. Okay.
right.
So,
I'm gonna add that to my list of things I have. Baylor's dignity.
all right. So, you stand in front of the wall of now incredibly sharp and very dangerous weapons.
Why are these even in this club?
They should not be here.
I had a lot of time to kill. I got here real early.
I imagine that's just what you do. You just kind of wander around Hyperion City, finding things to do.
Maybe I should come to clubs more often.
And it's like that one scene from Carrie 2 where they just go flying past you directly into the back of Baylor. I'm going to go ahead and mark a condition for him. They go through him. They don't actually seem to hurt him, but the mere notion that you would pull a weapon on him, I mean, pulling a table, well, that was cute, but this is like, oh. Less O and definitely less O, but still, oh. You notice that the 3 of the red eyes just go black, and the body dissipates into the floor. It's kind of like when you turn off a smoke machine, how it just stops and it just fades away after a second. And one of the red eyes just goes flying out of the roof and leaves a hole behind it.
I'm not paying for that.
seems to me we should probably go after that.
Okay.
He's
We're gonna go after it.
I think that might be a good idea.
All right, I'll fly after it.
And me too.
I'm just running.
But I do it in a very Martian
Well,
Manhunter way
I'm
without
fast,
like, moving.
so I
just
guess.
Like yeah.
My planet needs me.
Well,
Pookie
she's
died on the way
gonna
back to his home planet.
she's gonna watch you go. She's gonna watch them leave. She's gonna pull a card. She's gotta go.
What did you pull?
So I actually have the Eight of Wands, which is sort of a bit of an action card. It's about things moving really fast. Usually it's a little bit more on the creative mental side. So it's like her brain is kind of, I imagine, thinking sort of a few steps ahead that maybe this time she can actually do something about this person who's been plaguing her here in almost her entire life.
Yes.
Charlie's also going to take one of those plasma guns off the wall because he wants to study it for later.
You now have a plasma gun.
You're welcome.
Because
And
Goldenarm hasn't shown him how to make one of those, and he really wants to learn how to make
And
one.
much like normal comic continuity, I don't know when you got it, but you will have it in the main continuity.
Yes! Yes. I'm guessing this happens before and after side
Can everyone fly?
quest.
That is a good question. Can everyone fly?
fast.
Super fast. How do you...
Because I have a vehicle.
I have a vehicle.
Oh,
an
that's
alien
right. You
spacecraft.
took the Kirby Craft, correct?
Yeah. I'm an alien spacecraft.
Please describe your Kirby Craft.
Well, it much like everything about my race is culture. It is built up. I mean, it is metallic, but it is built of smaller parts that can reconfigure itself into what it needs to be. It's not, it can fit a couple of people, but yeah, I can. It definitely can fly, and I can definitely configure it in a way that you could fit into it. If you need a ride, I can.
All right, I'd kind of like to see how this scene played out because
This is like seriously, like you're an alien version of what I am. And I am the human version of you. Because I have a car that I borrow from my mentor that I can like change whatever.
Okay.
So,
Well,
but I didn't
since
get
the
to
three of
borrow
us
it
can fly
tonight.
and you can't, I'll go. Oh, okay. I think I can help you. And then all these like little metallic pieces come and they start like Iron Man's 3 suit like covering you.
But would they though? If especially if I was panicking, like that's the real question.
Like,
Well-
are you worried you're going to negate that?
I don't
You
know.
can fight it if you want, but
Well, because I could fight it. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing is I could actually.
Well, let's play out the scene. I want to see how
Yeah.
you justify this and how.
Yeah.
oh, I
So, you fly off just instantly after the thing because you're definitely the fastest flyer in the group.
Yeah, and when she flies, I picture it kind of like Cannonball from New Mutants, like the old school way he was illustrated as flying. It's just a jet trail basically. And then
Yeah, before it
shoulders.
became all sad and Cuddy no parents for a little while there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hate Civil War.
Yeah.
And you have super speed as your form of transportation?
Oh, not Speedball. Cannonball.
Oh, different.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I thought speedball.
No, he's definitely not Speedball.
Yes, I have super speed, but I imagine it almost looks like she's flying because she's sort of in that more wispy, ethereal mode. So it's her moving really fast, but it looks like she's floating.
Okay, all right. You two take off without a moment's notice. You leave behind that one car just because it looks really cool as you falls behind you running.
Now I'm gonna have to buy a whole new deck. So it's missing one now. It's
Well-
incomplete.
Charlie here picks up the card, and you have the sudden realization, oh crap, I can't fly. I can't run. And I don't have the car.
Can run.
You can run, but not like that.
I'm not like a track star, but I can
It
run.
did take you 10 minutes to run the mile that one
Okay.
day.
No, it did not.
it was 9:45.
Yeah.
My
True
feet.
story for me, by the way. Just saying.
My feet really.
16 minutes.
Nice.
I walked the entire
Steven
thing.
walked the whole way. I was like, that's a walking mile. I've done 10:33, but I've also done 7:33. So I was in
Look,
cross
my real
country.
gangster ass don't run for shit.
Yeah.
I can help you with transportation as little sort of robotic pieces start like rolling into the place and like moving towards you.
Now, Charlie, you do remember what happened last time you saw this man, because you're starting to remember.
Just
Right.
I don't trust you. And so I like actually resist the metal that's coming near me, and it actually ends up melting. That's like near me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I also get panicked when things come at me really quickly.
Now, Rango, humans are weird, emotions are stupid, and it's very confusing for you. But you are understanding that empathy does manage to get you things sometimes. So, would you like
We're
to?
gonna get along fine.
So,
If you would just
would you like
not
to
assume that
pierce
I
the
wanted
mask,
help.
which will, let you figure out how you can probably calm down this jittery little Asian man,
I don't
or
know.
you can comfort
There
and
were two
support him.
superheroes that assumed
I mean,
I
I'm
needed
real
help
angry
earlier too.
right now.
So
You are angry.
So I can. Is there any way I can just like grab him by the shirt collar and just fly with him?
I will let you provoke them.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and roll me superior.
thank you.
Let's see.
7.
7, 8, 9.
Bam.
Okay. You get to choose one from the PC list. You can either make them do it and add a team to the pool, or, well, they can't do it, but they have to mark a condition.
Yeah. So I'm literally just like I have to fix that later. So I grab him by like the shirt collar and just take off.
If you just would have explained to me what was happening, I would have been okay
real
with
angry.
it. But no one explained to me what was happening.
still- let
You
go.
made a decision that was rash, stupid, and ill thought out. You are no longer angry,
Okay.
and since you made them do it, add another team to the pool.
I'm upset.
You,
As we're flying,
you mark
Now
angry
I'm
now.
angry.
Yeah, mark angry for me.
as we're flying, I'm just like, I apologize for my actions. I don't like.
If you just would have told me what you were doing, I would have been okay with it. But you didn't tell me. Like I just want to consent to things. This was forced upon me.
I should know better because I was forced into a unity that I did not approve of, and that made me upset. And I turned that anger against you, and I apologize.
I'm still angry.
I don't know. That sounds like a pretty real moment.
Oh, it is a very real moment. I mean, I'm gonna be a little bitter. I'm still gonna be a little bitter, but okay, fine.
Don't be bitter. Just get better.
No.
I drag queens is not my fault.
Yeah, can I get a beer?
Yeah. Do you want one of the
By the
ones?
way, somewhere in the
Still
chat,
no.
Swole is watching. And
Swole!
Good
I
lord.
should do good.
Hi, Jordan.
What flavor do you want,
To
Sax?
you, buddy.
Do you want one of the ones you brought, or
No,
here? You know what? I'm gonna give you the other Willy Vanilli,
Okay.
It's good.
and it's in a novelty bottle.
Yes.
Novelty
I'd
bottle.
enjoy.
The weekend shows here are the drinkless shows. Thank you very much. Have fun, everybody.
We're the only show that doesn't have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Some cases, no work tomorrow. Oh, I'm dying.
True
Never
story.
ever.
I'm dying.
I
You're an
definitely-
editor. You have work on occasion.
Not really. Not that pays.
Am I the
On
only,
that perky note,
am I the only one with full-time employment right
go
now?
fuck yourself.
Are you full-time? Okay.
She's got a really real job.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Human
Like-
job.
Which
I-
is really ironic when you think
I
about
have a
it.
human
is.
job.
No, but I mean,
I don't.
your
Like-
job's like super grown.
You
up.
work for a nonprofit. Like,
I work
that's
for a
pretty real.
nonprofit. Yeah, like
Which one?
it's called Point Foundation. We do scholarships for LGBT students.
Awesome.
It's very awesome. Donate to them.
My wife just got brought back on at GLAD, which she actually left like 5 years ago. So
Oh.
it's a weird return to form and stuff, and I don't know where I was going with that.
That's so cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we're grateful for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a real person job. I don't work at Starbucks anymore, where they didn't.
That's
treat
still
me
a
like
job.
real
I,
person.
what?
No, I hear
No.
Starbucks is pretty terrible.
No, they don't treat you like a person. But that's you.
not
You
okay.
are a corporate drone. Anyway,
So, Mac, where does Baylor reside on the human plane?
He doesn't.
dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
He's visiting.
The Red Eye Balor is flying over skyline of Hyperion City. It's sort of like having a second moon that's very close and terrifying and reminds you that one day we're all going to die. So, people feel great about this. It's great. Once you get outside the city, though, you're over the ocean because Hyperion City is now located near the Atlantic. I decided this.
Sure.
it just goes straight down into the water. You have been able to keep up with it from the ground, and you've been able to follow it from the sky, as have you, and reluctantly you.
Well, I didn't bring my swimsuit.
I remember just in time that that humans tend to need to breathe, so I probably shouldn't just follow it while holding onto this
Yeah.
other
I
person.
assume you say that out loud, but
Yeah.
oh, humans need to breathe.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, humans need to breathe, and then I back off.
I'm really upset that annoyed is not a condition.
You would have that marked every game.
Right.
No, I wouldn't. Charlie's not annoyed all the time. He's just annoyed right now.
And when Swole
Other
opens his mouth-
characters of mine would be annoyed constantly. But Charlie, he's pretty gung-ho about a lot of things, but he doesn't like being forced into things.
Not to mention, this is the most undignified way you've ever been transported.
Yeah,
It's like,
I
but-
just
Can I retcon it and say that I turned into an eagle, and I didn't flap or anything. I was just like this, and while he's going.
You have turned. I will allow that. You are now an unrealistic,
Or
uncanny valley
Goldberg
eagle.
with eagle wings
Yeah,
and talons.
yes.
I had that dream once.
Super creepy, but yet majestic.
Yeah.
It really is. In the arms of the eagles.
From Adult Swim.
I imagine Rango flies like somebody who's cheating in a video game. It's just kind of like you know, it's not. It doesn't take any effort. It's just like.
Eric, you have unzipped your sweater included in money.
It fell down on its own. The weight.
It was always like that.
Thank you.
But we're not. But
Um,
where exactly are we? Like
We
on the
are-
shore.
you guys are on the beach. Jack, go ahead and name the commercial beachfront area of Hyperion City.
This really should show my orientation. I really want to name it Brighton Beach. 'Cause
Ah.
immediately. No. I would say it is. It's just Shoreline Beach.
Shoreline Beach.
Super basic.
Okay. You are all
Basic beach.
That was a basic beach.
Shoreline Beach. We're basic.
Yeah.
So tired of these basic beaches.
So you find yourself. You are standing on the shore, right at the edge of the dock. You see where the Eye of Balor just went into the ocean, and from up high, the three of you can see Banshee.
Okay. I come down to her.
You still haven't introduced yourself to this team. I just realized you're just kind of.
Yeah.
I know who he is, and that's enough. Jerk.
So I put Jack's character down, and I take up I guess the form that I was previously, the teenage boy.
Okay.
So, Jack, who's your friend?
This is Rango. He's a jerk.
Hi, Rango. I'm Kid Stardust, and this is Darlene. Darlene. What's your name? Darlene.
Darlene.
Remember how I said
That's in
earlier we
character.
aren't friends?
That's in character.
That still
Darlene?
stands. And I think right now Banshee is probably a little bit more appropriate. You know, there's that whole cover thing.
This
Also,
is Banshee.
Rango is also not my friend. Rango is a
that's fair.
jerk who does not consider other people's feelings before making a decision.
What do we do now?
I consider the feelings of all my component parts.
Ain't that special?
Are you partly made of metal too?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we can't just dive in after it. What's going to happen if we let it go?
I mean, he'll reform. He always reforms.
When? Where?
Do we need to?
It's
go-
not always that easy. You make it sound like you just hit the reset button on a computer and it's all back to how it was again. That's not how he works.
I can.
He is kind of the god of death. I mentioned that earlier.
I feel like you should just do it, whatever you're planning on.
I mean, while you guys are arguing, my Kirby craft starts configuring in basically like a diving bell sort of thing. And it's like,
Nice.
So a
gonna
bunch
make
of
one of
metal,
those.
and it's small enough to you guys think it's just like, I don't know, abandoned beer cans on the beach. Start rolling up to you. It's very The End of Iron Giant.
Oh.
I love that movie.
I was gonna build a submarine, but whatever.
I'm not sure I want to get in any craft that any of you have made.
And it starts forming into a diving bell, as you described. Looks like a seek 4 comfortably. What are its weaknesses, by the way?
It's
Water and air.
it has bizarre fuel, and it's it definitely it's let's see, easily detectable, slow and clumsy, unarmed.
Oh no, you get to pick 2 from that list.
Okay, then it's got it's unarmored and it's very slow and clumsy.
Okay. All right.
That's why I prefer the other ways.
I could make one better, but it's whatever.
I would love to find out about that.
It's whatever.
I can't honestly say I understand what's going on right now, but I know that there's some evil black smoke monster whose searing red eye just went underwater.
And has been described as a god of death to you several times.
Also that.
You know, I feel like it's just not sticking.
Okay. This seems as good an option as any. I'm game to go.
And it just kind of opens up. I imagine it looks like the diving bells from BioShock.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
Because
you
you played BioShock as a robot.
I'm not into this.
All right. Well, wait here, and if we need you, we'll call for help. We've got our trusty little blue teeth things.
Do we
They haven't
though?
been destroyed yet.
Yes.
Oh, they haven't? Is
or
that
they've
where
been
we're at?
rebuilt,
This?
depending on.
Or they have
That's
been
I
rebuilt.
guess we've
true.
established that this probably happened before.
No. He kept. Jack here
No,
just saying
we-
before, after.
Yeah, I kept going.
forward.
When did this?
I mean, we
take
don't even know if
place?
where he went, there's going to be any air. He doesn't have to breathe. So even if we find him,
I don't have to breathe.
I'm really glad for you.
Charlie, what do you think?
Well, I mean, he's struck enough fear and terror in people, and as much as I don't want to go in Rango's stupid diving bell, because I could build one much better, I think we should go.
Banshee, you can stay here if you want.
Banshee, I would really love it if you came with us. I'm actually going to use my, my Pierce the Mask.
And I'm going to give you a +1 to that.
Let them make the roll first before that. But
Yes.
I might give you a +1 to that.
Yeah, we might have to.
No, because that's unless you want to
I'm
re-roll.
gonna re-roll.
okay.
And if you give me the +1, I'll still be at 10.
All right. So in order to
So
use the team, you
clearly
have to
minus
describe
1.
how you're helping them.
Um,
So go ahead and ask questions, and maybe.
I feel like as you're talking and trying to plead your case, I kind of step back and I just kind of nod at you, like really knowingly, and smile, like I'm proud of you. You're coming out of your shell and you're kind of exhibiting some leadership qualities of your own. So it's
Yeah.
you know it's a
Yeah.
nod from Coach.
Yeah.
So you basically get a little reassurance,
Yeah.
support, and
So I get to ask 3 questions.
yes.
How could I get you to come in the diving bell with us?
She needs to be convinced that you're really on her side and aren't just going to bail on her.
How could I gain influence over Banshee?
By showing maybe that, obviously, Goth misunderstood,
Yeah.
but maybe that you get that and aren't trying to make her be something else, that it's okay with, like, this is how this person is, and I'm going to treat her as that way.
Okay, and then I'm gonna just add one word to one of these questions. What do you intend to do instead if you don't come with us?
I'm just going to use telekinesis to give myself, like, a fucking air bubble, and I'm going to go by myself and leave you fuckers behind.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
basically a Harry Potter bubblehead charm, like.
Okay. Hey, Banshee. I mean, I know what it's like to not be understood. I mean, my brother is really popular and he has powers, but I keep trying to convince him, but he wants to be normal, and instead, you know, he makes me look like a weirdo. And so I know what it's like to be on the outside. I mean, my best friend, other than Kid Stardust and the other two people on our team, is Golden Arm, who's like in his 70s. Like, that's the person I confide in. Like, I know what it's like to be on the
I
outside.
guess that's right.
It's even funnier if
And
he's in his 50s.
you know, and I finally found a team and people that I can
He's like 100
be
or
with.
something. He's 35.
And I would really like it if you would
old.
come with us.
so old.
You know, because we need somebody like you. You know what's happening, and you know I would feel so much safer and so much better if you came with us.
Okay, number one, I don't think you've ever been pursued by a god of death, so I'm not sure you quite get that part. Number two, Gold Arm, that sounds like a James Bond villain. Number three, fine, let's just go.
That was
You
adorable.
could have just said yes, but no.
You
You're
coulda-
being nasty
You
about it.
got and
All those flavors, and you chose salty.
I'm
I
gonna
feel
lie,
like
did
that
play
should
out
be like my tagline as a person.
True. It's
all
true.
those flavors.
Charlie's
feeling.
feeling so many mixed emotions of like, I'm happy.
I'm gonna go ahead because that was actually a really good moment. Mark potential for me.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just like, I was like really proud. Like, he's like really proud he got her to come with, but at the same time, it's like, I don't. But Golden Arm
Rango
is
was like actively
like
watching, like just
an
taking
old
mental notes
man
about
now.
what was going on. So this is how people talk.
I hate you so much. I think
I
I
need
Mean
just
comment
a
or
fucking
sullen
shirt though
silence?
with that salty thing. Like I need that printed on it.
For some reason, I'm picturing Rango kind of being like in the very first episode of the Doctor Who reboot when Billy Piper's boyfriend gets taken over by the mannequin aliens.
Oh,
when
yes.
Mickey becomes the
He is. I
Yeah.
have two choices. I can be. I can either be kind of a dick or I can be cheerful. So I chose cheerful. So
Good.
he's just always kind of cheerful.
Human music.
I'm disliking Doctor Who.
I like it.
amazing.
Okay, so you all board the diving bell. You described it, and begin going downwards. I assume it has lights and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it does, and even if it doesn't, I mean,
nude
I can be
TV?
light.
What is that?
Draw you a picture later. I'll send you a link.
Please don't.
Not safe for work. Oh.
Yikes.
Like there's a weird reverb echo in here. Okay.
What?
Is there?
This is very
I
tiny.
mean, like putting it together this fast. It's not my greatest work, but you know.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
You're just dramatic over there. You guys go deeper and deeper, and this thing, you've used it to travel through time and space before. It can handle water pressure. The further down you go, you eventually find what look like ruins. A large, sort of like Transylvania. God, what's that one Konami game with the vampires?
Castlevania.
Castlevania, thank you. Castlevania-esque. Great game. Castle. Covered in just like coral and fish. Jack,
What's that?
your character would actually know of this because you're a huge nerd.
Mm-hmm.
This is the lost city of Kaganistan.
Kaganistan?
Yes.
Jesus. Whew. Yikes.
Tell the team 3 facts about Kaganistan.
It
This is something for Steven, okay?
Yeah, it fell, like it sunk, like it was an island city. Because some, billionaire wanted to own his own fucking island.
Okay.
Named Dr. David Kagana. And it fell about 70 years ago.
He's a dentist.
Exactly.
Excuse me, this is mine. He's a pediatrician.
Okay.
And
You might not be sure of the differences between those medical professions yet.
That's all.
yes.
The human body is fascinating.
Yes.
So many organs.
And it fell due to, and it sunk due to overpopulation.
Really?
It was too heavy. There were too many people on there.
Too many cooks.
So, yes.
Too many cooks.
Yes.
Takes a lot to make
Yeah.
this do.
Okay. Overpopulation. So there's a
Which also means that. Which also means a
Lex Luthor
lot.
built his own island.
I imagine there's tons of skeletons.
Which
just
also means
sitting
a
up.
lot of. Which also means like a lot of people died.
oh yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's haunted.
Oh, most definitely.
If it was still on the surface, it'd be a great tourist destination.
It's haunted.
Although I can see why a
Canon.
god of death would go there. So that's
Yeah.
a nice tie back.
Yeah.
Okay. You're all greeted with the abandoned, sunken, destroyed city of Kiganistan.
Kaganistan.
That's what I said.
You say Kiganistan. Kaganistan.
Kiganistan.
Get your
Kiganistan.
own city right. You came up with it.
Accent. Okay, there's an accent over it now.
You're the worst.
You're the worst.
Guys, we're all the worst.
We are. We really
All
are.
of them.
Except for Michael. Michael brought beer. So he's the best.
I'm still pretty terrible, really, if you look at it from a large enough view.
You have to be objective about these things.
All right.
Can't let your ego into it.
Banshee, your powers are pretty. You can't really escape the death angle from being a Banshee, and it's strong here. There was more or less a watery genocide here once upon a time, way before you were born, and it permeates every part of this tiny city. It's basically like if Burbank sank into the water.
Okay, I imagine at this point she's trying to repress the need to actually scream out from just that sensation of that around her, because that's how she's learned to channel her powers. Is instead of actually screaming, she is confronted with death. She holds it in and actually uses it to power her in other ways.
All right. As you get closer, you notice basically the water stops. You're still underwater. You're still a good 100 plus feet underwater, and there is a wall that looks like on the other side is dry land. Like a bubble has been put around a certain part of the city.
In case you're wondering, that's not normal either.
Okay, good to know.
Well, I think our path is painfully clear at this point. Shall we?
All right, as we get to the wall, I imagine part of it sticks out and then opens up like a doorway that we can walk through, but keeps the diving bell in the water.
Right. No,
Alright.
Michael,
Sure, why not?
I'll walk out first. And, I'm actually going to try and get some more burn, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. But I have to mark a condition. I'm going to say I'm afraid.
All right.
Because City of the Dead, Pocket of Air, none of this adds up, man.
So as you exit the ship and you step foot into the necropolis, it smells like death. It smells like low tide and death. And you are the unfortunate bastard who finds a skeleton. Again! Keeps happening to you.
Yeah.
Dead people smell real gross.
It ain't pleasant.
Mm-mm.
No. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay. The wails that you heard from inside the ship become louder as you enter the city.
Whales spelled
W-A-I-L-S.
Okay.
Not whales!
Just had to double check.
Did you get your bitch whale? Bitches love whales.
Look,
I got that lich phylactery. Liches love phylacteries.
I don't even know where that joke came from.
It's a D&D meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whale thing?
No.
No.
I mean, it started out with I sent that bitch a smiley face. Bitches love smiley faces.
Right.
Okay. All right. It's kind of like you're in the middle of a rock concert. It's so loud and it's everywhere, and it's like you can just tell this place should not be anymore. The newest buildings from the 1920s.
And so I'm actually hearing this.
Oh yeah,
so
you're
I'm
hearing
sure
you're hearing screaming.
Is anybody else? No? Okay.
Anybody else what?
You would know.
You didn't finish your sentence, so I cannot assess what you said.
Thank you. Thank you. You're so helpful.
You are
Ringo, you're the
welcome.
next one.
Okay. Yeah, I get out, and I'm going to assess the situation, I guess.
Go ahead and roll.
Let's see.
It does not.
4 plus your
6.
superior. That's a failure.
Man, it's a crying shame you're not a regular character, because that's going to be a whole lot of
Yeah.
potential you'll never use.
See, the thing,
These guys are still canon.
these I use the Nerdist dice because throughout my entire saving throw career, these have never failed me, and today they just don't seem to want to do it.
Well, folks, if you want to throw Eric a bone, you can go ahead and donate some money, and he will have to change the dice.
Yeah.
Make sure to check the donations tab. You can still make him blow up in the worst possible situation.
Just got beer.
Or make Jack over here know everything about the villain, or something important about the villain.
I just got beer on my character description.
Dude,
It
do not
exploded.
want. Hey, Sex, do we have any paper towels?
I have napkins. It's
Okay.
fine.
Stupid
Also,
beer.
there, you know.
I grabbed extra at Chipotle.
There's also a whole.
Chipotle, give us
stack.
more money because I just mentioned you again.
So I go. I have no idea what is going on here.
You're actually not used to being this low, this deep in anywhere, really.
Yeah.
You're used to the surface. It takes you a moment to kind of recalibrate everything. Your next roll is at a -1.
Okay.
And finally, Jack, you're the last. You're the last one to leave the ship,
Yes.
and you're greeted with a city that no one. So, you have 2 emotions going on right now. One, you're the only human being to step foot. You are one of 4 human beings who has stepped foot on this island.
3.
Thank you. 3 human beings who have stepped foot on this island in over 75 years.
And you're the first Gestalt being to ever set foot on it, so there's that.
We are
That
quite
is
honored.
really cool. On the other hand, there's a lot. It smells terrible, and you get the feeling of death and doom everywhere. It's literally Necropolis. What do you expect?
Yeah, I'm not enjoying this. In the slightest. Yeah, this is like not at all Charlie's deal.
No.
Does not, like, I mean, he hides out in a fucking shop all the time. Like, he doesn't do this sort of death thing. I think I should take a condition for it, honestly.
Okay. What
'cause he's
condition?
So afraid.
I will let you pick. Afraid.
Afraid.
All right.
I'm at 3 conditions, by
Weenies,
the
right?
way.
What?
Weenies, right?
What? It's all the screaming.
You're getting used to it.
Question: since I am just at bitter instead of angry at Rango, should I remove that condition?
I'll let you
or-
remove it.
Okay.
As you're saying that you can't hear, Rango starts like shift. His ears keep like shifting shapes because he feels like he should be hearing something, but he doesn't.
Eventually, you do.
Okay.
Eventually, you do start picking up what sounds like wails and screaming.
Oh, sorry.
I can speak whale.
Oh!
See, I was thinking Star Trek 4.
Can I
Oh,
speak
gotcha.
whale?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I'll
forget-
take up the colorful metaphor side, and you can speak to whales.
It is kind of fading out. It's kind of like when you live next to a busy street long enough, you start to tune it out just a little bit. You've been in cemeteries before. It's not the first time you've heard a lot of screaming dead people.
Gulp.
All right.
So not normal.
I'm just
Not
honestly impressed
normal.
we can smell death down here.
You smell death in low tide. It's a wonderful smell. You want to bottle it.
You say that like I'm not intimately familiar with the smell of death.
Oh, I forgot. You used to work there. You worked for
Yeah, I
like,
worked for a mortuary. Like, I used
Yeah.
to touch dead people on a regular
you?
basis. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very familiar with what death smells like. Yeah. Yeah. Embalmed people smell way better than
Well, sure.
unembalmed people.
Preserve for freshness.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, it's like this just like sweet smell, especially when
Yeah.
you like open the casket. But yeah, there was one time we opened a guy that had just been shipped in from Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
I was joking. And we were looking at him. My coworker was like checking him in. I was like, yeah, his hands are moldy. Okay, see you later. Bye. And I bounced the fuck out of there because I did not want to deal with that. But yeah, dead people are gross.
Wow.
But they're super great because they don't talk back. And
Yeah.
if they do, you got a problem.
Well, and you generally have to wire their jaws shut anyway.
Also true.
You do?
Well, yeah, you.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, rigor mortis doesn't last. Like, people assume rigor
Oh,
mortis
I
is a
always thought it
lasting
did.
condition.
No,
it is a
it
temporary
fades,
thing.
yeah.
Oh.
And so a lot of times you don't want to have the open casket with the ground going,
Yeah.
So,
So
they usually wire jaws shut, or sometimes they, I think, actually put some like nail.
They
in, like, through the
so
chin.
Really?
so what the embalmers at the mortuary I worked at, what they did
Tangent.
was that they would take through the nose, they would stick like a needle down through the nose
Yeah.
and
No way.
sew
Sew
the
it.
jaw
Yeah, you
shut.
sew it.
Oh,
And
wow.
then they put glue to glue the lips together.
There's lots of really bizarre
There's like
things
eye
that are done
caps
to
that they put
dead
in
people.
to keep
Even
your
eye
eyes.
caps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to make them look presentable, which is the really crazy
Yeah,
thing.
there's also like
It's-
dead people butt plugs that they put in because
Oh, yeah.
What?
otherwise there's leakage.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You gotta okay,
Yeah.
so I was I was raised Jewish, and Jewish cemeteries
It's a
funerals,
48-hour turnaturnaround.
It
for
is a
Jewish
really
funerals.
like I think I was raised Reformed, so you got like a week if you really needed it. Literally, they just throw you in a box and throw you in the ground. There's like
Yeah.
you don't see
When
the
you
body.
have
It's
like
not
a
there.
lot
Yeah.
of the other funeral services, it's a much more in-depth process, and sometimes it involves like taking out all the fluids and stuff. It might as well be a modern version of Egyptian treatment of dead
Yeah.
without wrapping them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I spend way too much time at the Mystic Museum in Burbank, so this is really cool to me, and I'm loving this, and I will continue this conversation. But
I don't even need
Yeah.
the Mystic Museum. I just have really weird interests.
Also, the Museum of Death is pretty cool.
I want to go there.
It's on my
Field
list.
trip.
It's
Field trip.
Yes.
Also tangent.
I've
It's
been
like
there
3
twice.
blocks from my
I went there on a
apartment.
first date.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the reason we didn't keep dating.
I went there right after breakfast. And like as soon as I paid my money and walked through the like jail door, I was like, I've made a huge mistake.
I made a huge
But I,
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
I
high
was
on
there
my
for like an
list.
hour or two. 'cause I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
Hey, Sax, how do you feel about canceling your show and we all go to the Museum of Death after this?
No.
All right.
okay.
All right, chat. We're gonna all make a date, and we're gonna go to the Museum of Death together.
Saving Throw Live at the Museum of Death.
I don't see a problem
I can
with
walk
this.
to
You
my
would really
apartment.
like
we'll go
that.
to Shake Shack because
we'll go
there's
to
a new one
Shake
just
Shack.
Ooh, that
down the
sounds
street.
good.
Yeah.
No, you go right beforehand, just so you can repeat that lovely experience you already had.
Yeah.
So, Rango, I'm going to, since you're
sorry for the tangent.
got so
everybody.
off.
Sorry.
I
so
love
off.
talking about dead people.
I'm
so.
not sorry.
Yeah,
all
we
the
have that in
goths.
common.
Talking about dead people.
Rango, since you've been shifting your ears trying to hear the wailing, and somehow you managed to pick it up, apparently add that to your list of abilities to do. Hear dead people sometimes.
Okay.
I need you to go ahead and roll me assess the situation again.
There's a movie that we should have him see.
That's a 9
Yeah.
That's number one.
plus
11.
11. Okay. You get to ask 2 questions, but you also notice from the ruins of one of the buildings, something that looks like it was built around 1850, so it has that nice, like, old New York look to it. You see what look like human bodies moving past the windows. And you notice they seem to be looking down at you. You also get to ask 2 questions to me.
Okay.
From your list of choices right here under assess the situation.
Okay.
And for those at home, his options are, what here can I use to blank? He can fill in the blank with whatever he wants. What here is the biggest threat? I heard that.
I had to cough.
What here is in the greatest danger? Who here is the most vulnerable to me? And how could we best end this quickly?
Okay, I will ask, what is the biggest threat here?
Through all the shifting, all your shifting senses and everything, you do pick up there is, well, Balor's here. And he's definitely the biggest threat here.
Okay. Imagine, I would guess that the Banshee's in the greatest danger. So, how can we best end this quickly?
Well, through your many years of going through planets and learning things, when you see creepy things in a building, the best thing to do is destroy the building.
Okay.
Drop a building on him.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
I say,
Do you tell the
yeah, I go, we should probably collapse that building.
no context? You all hear that.
I'm okay with that. I don't need any explanation.
Yeah, okay.
I want to collapse a building. Now, you mentioned leveling a city block earlier,
Yes, I do.
and that has been in my brain since then.
So you're going to unleash your powers.
Yes.
Just gonna fucking.
I'm gonna shriek and like use like there's so much extra energy in this area that I'm feeling that I'm gonna be able to take that in and channel it through the telekinesis and actually like unleash a scream towards the building and try and
Awesome.
break it down.
Okay, roll me freak and add a +1 because you gave a good justification.
So that would give me 8, 9 then.
Plus your
That-
freak.
Yeah, that's 9.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see.
Unless anybody wants to help me out, but I don't think they really can.
I mean, I want
Actually,
to
this is
support
you
you.
could.
Because there's the
Yeah.
how do you use
Well, because I
those?
was gonna
Oh.
add a team.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Although I'll just hand it. to
Yeah,
you.
and since she's like, you know, you can kind of see like taking a deep breath, and I feel like I kind of know what's happening. As you know, I'm just like, because I feel like I really like connect with Banshee. Like we had a really good moment earlier.
I'm
and
glad at least
so-
one person feels that
And
way.
so
I
I,
like you. You don't like me.
No, I mean it's. I'm glad that.
Yeah.
It's not a mutual feeling there either.
well, Charlie's adorable. So you're
Human
also
emotion
just
is
like
so complicated.
It really is.
Tell me about it.
tiny little person. So Charlie quickly like constructs like because there's a lot of metal around, so he constructs like this giant like megaphone that just like
Oh, nice.
amplifies it further. So you get a
I
+1. So you have
love this.
So you have a 10.
So I
so
have a 10.
much.
Okay.
I
Yes.
love that.
So
So you take your deep breath and you just make this rough megaphone out of just like scraps.
it's just like
Shink. And you just let out one of the best screams in your life. And you just blow it the fuck down.
I would replicate that, except that the chat would kill me.
Yeah, please don't. We have
You have a
sensitive
pretty
minds.
epic scream though, although this isn't the time or place for it.
Our mics can't handle
I'd have to go step into the hallway. It's that bad.
my ears.
Go out on
can't.
Sunset.
I don't want them to call the cops, but I do kind of want to hear it. Is that bad?
it. Between shows.
Let's just go in
So
Chipotle.
chat,
and
if you
start
want to,
screaming.
hear Max scream, come on down between this and Phoenix Dawn.
Meet us at the Chipotle on Spalding. It'll be great.
There's plenty of reasons to scream there.
Follow the sirens.
Actually, I'm surprised I did not get kicked out of a public park in Florida because we went and did a Creature from the Black Lagoon shoot, and we took video of me with the creature coming at me, and I screamed, and my husband was aware that it was going to be really loud, but no one else was.
Oh, no.
And you could hear it echoing across the park. And we're like, oh my God, I really hope the Rangers don't come and tell us to leave.
No, because there's a lot of people that scream in Florida public parks. Like, have you been
Well,
to
honestly,
Florida?
Okay,
we
okay.
were shooting where there had been a gator attack where somebody had died. So.
Oh,
Yeah, but I mean,
Jesus.
like, I scream every time I go to Florida, and it's because I'm in Florida.
Okay, as someone who went to film school in the Southeast, people just don't give a fuck.
No.
Like, I was in some woods in North Carolina, bloody murder scream. I'm dressed up like a fish man, and we have like 6 other people in creepy cloaks. Ranger comes by, takes a selfie with us, and then fucks off.
Well, it's like that, it was like that guy that was on bath salts and ate that other guy's
Yeah.
face. Like, nothing really happened to that guy. They were like, oh,
Yeah, they
that
didn't even arrest him.
happens.
They were
He
like,
ate a guy's
"Get outta here."
face.
Get
Yeah,
outta
well,
here,
it was
shit.
Florida, so I asked my friend once, like, why is Florida so crazy? And she's like, there's sulfur in the water.
Well, no, it's,
Knew it.
the best explanation I heard is that it's people who go there for like spring break, you know, Daytona Beach, and then they just get so fucked up and they just stay, and they're there now. They're living that Daytona Beach
This is
life.
their life now.
Yeah.
This is my life now. These are my choices.
I'm an adult. I make decisions.
My parents live in Florida now. Not happy about that decision.
So,
I have no context for Florida. I'm sorry. I'll work on that. For
Don't-
the next
let's go to Orlando. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm
Group
going
trip.
next month.
So
Nice.
Museum of Death,
Museum of
Shake
Death.
Shack, Florida.
Yes.
Bam. There we go.
Like you do. I mean, that's the Holy Trinity, obviously.
Yes. Saving Throw road trip. Copyrighted.
LA, LA, across the entire fucking country.
Yes.
Florida.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
We'll do our show from inside the 3 broomsticks at Wizarding World.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Universal.
Yeah, we'll do, God, what's the girl show?
Misadventures has dibs
Misadventures.
on
We'll do
that.
Misadventures there.
The girl show.
So dismissive.
I didn't mean that. I feel
I
like
know,
that's
it's
So
just, it's just
sexist,
like,
Steven.
you know, the girl
How dare
show.
you.
You know, that thing for ladies. I don't know.
I watch it every week. I just couldn't remember the name. I had 2 beers. You know I'm drunk.
You're so offensive.
I am terrible and unlovable. My father was right. So, you just topple the building. It falls in. It somehow blows back and falls in on itself. It is really, really fucking cool.
My powers work in mysterious ways.
in
Yep.
really awesome ways.
That's what I wanted. Good job.
Well done.
So you basically just have a pile of rubble with a nice clear pathway in the center from where your scream basically stabbed it, for lack of a better term.
I stabbed it with my voice.
Yes.
An entire building.
With my voice. Amazing.
Stabbed it, sent a cannonball through it. It's gone. It doesn't exist.
Amazing,
Doesn't
I love it.
matter. However, you notice there are some black wiggling things trying to get out of the rubble. You go closer and check it out. It looks like it's made out of the same thing Balor was made out of, but it's more human shaped, and the eye, it doesn't have an eye
Okay.
or any features. It's just kind of like a black person. Fuck me.
Cthulhu Protect.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go. We'll back it up. Let's go
Like
with a
a-
different thing.
Person made out of black ichor.
There we go.
Yeah.
And if there's any people made of black ichor out there, we're sorry. if you-
I need another beer.
Steven's just
I was
swinging
gonna say
0 for
something, but I'm
8
not
today.
Just give me anything. I don't care. I'm terrible.
So offensive.
I'm offensive, and there's going to be a
God.
master cut of just every
God.
fuck up of me on the YouTube channel for too long.
You're just amazing, Steven.
Um,
It's just amazing.
I don't want to engage with it past that at all, but I turn back to the group and I say, I feel like we need to take the fight to Balor because I feel like he's going to be the key to whatever's going on here. Also, I have a feeling like we're going to need to run very fast when things go south.
I think things have already gone a bit south.
Southerner.
Eh.
Southier? I don't know.
No, none of those things.
I believe he's referring to when when the inevitable wall of water falls on us.
Thank you, Rango. Yes. Do we have any idea which direction he's in?
You do.
I do too. And then.
That's not how this works. I know you're having trouble with human interactions.
Yeah, but I
But
can hear
she's the
dead
special
people,
one.
apparently.
And you can with the right transmogrification.
Yeah, but he's not necessarily a dead person. He's other thing. He sucks. He's an asshole.
Okay, we should go that way.
Okay.
What conditions do you have, Marks, just out of curiosity?
I have afraid, and I had guilty from earlier for James, but I don't know if the condition still applies.
You never really dealt with that, and
No,
you
I
did
didn't.
kind of leave him.
Yeah, well, he was being a little bitch, so.
Fine. If you're not going to admit you have superpowers and come fight a villain with us, then you can just stay here.
You can fuck
You
off and
are-
die.
That's kind of.
I'm done with you.
Like, Charlie's always at odds with his brother. Like, he's constantly like, you need to admit that you have superpowers, and then be like, fine, if you're not going to do it. Like, they are definitely brothers through and through. They were womb mates.
I hate it so much.
Oh.
As we're walking through the ruins of Kaganistan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
Um,
I didn't even name it. He named it, but I had to
but
correct him
there
on
was,
it.
There was a question about pronunciation, and I wanted to make sure I had it right.
It's Kaganistan.
Kaganistan, not Keganistan. Kaganistan.
Yes.
Anyway, as we're walking through the city of the dead, I kind of walk up next to you, and I'm like, "You okay there? You seem kind of frightened."
There's a lot of dead people here.
As the GM, what were you trying to do there, buddy?
Trying to clear the afraid condition. I was comforting and supporting.
And it did not succeed.
Yeah, because I'm
So
also
mark
afraid.
mark potential.
Yes,
Mark
hey,
potential,
hey,
yes,
know what?
thank you.
I just leveled up. I will say, because I'm going to choose 3 new flares for my burn,
Oh, okay.
by unleashing the power earlier and kind of doing the implosion thing, I'm kind of thinking on different ways that maybe I could apply my powers that hadn't
Okay,
occurred to me
cool.
before, including Moat, which is basically putting up a defensive wall. Boost. Spend 1 burn to supercharge a teammate's efforts with your powers, giving them +1 bonus as if you had spent team. And elemental awareness. Basically, I kind of open my mind to the cosmic powers around me.
Cool. Very cool.
So yeah, and that allows me to ask you any one question about the world around me, and you have to answer honestly. So that's what's going on. So anyway, thanks for that.
You're welcome. I'm
And
glad I was
feel,
able to help
I
in
feel like
some.
I actually can reach over and hold your hand.
Can you comfort more? Because they're both afraid. Can I say something that would comfort them both?
I don't think anything you would say that would comfort me.
You know what? I
honestly.
want to let him try.
Okay, so because I have comfort and support, and as an alien, I have the best of them, where I can roll freak instead of mundane by telling you about just something amazing about Earth that will comfort you. I would say, listen, this is one of the strangest planets I know where anything is possible, where it's unlike any system any part of me has been to. And I just want you to know that all is possible here, and so much life exists here and will continue to exist here, and it is beautiful and frightening all at the same time.
Okay. Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
And Jack, is that enough for you?
No.
Right. So I am. No
I want to
longer
put down a
afraid.
No, he still has to roll. I'm just
like,
wondering.
Okay, but yeah.
grossed out.
No.
All right.
So that's a 5.
All right. Mark potential.
Yeah.
What's your freak at?
1.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you and I just kind of look at each other like
Nope.
that's
An
nice.
alien has no idea what's
Yep.
happening.
City of the
Also,
Dead.
I
God
hate
of
him.
Death. God of Death. I just got it. Oh my God. God of Death.
Go ahead and just feel a little bit like, oh, well, finally someone fucking gets it. Okay, great.
It's about fucking time.
Your senses lead you directly to what was once City Hall. There's a large gold dome on top of it, and it kind of like a traditional American government building. It's very pretty, or at least it was once upon a time. The paint's peeled, it's covered in barnacles and coral, and, well, everything's broken. You sense the
Typical.
horror that Balor gives you coming from inside.
No, that was horror. You said, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making
It's
sure.
the horror that Balor gives me.
Yeah. Oh. Yeesh.
Steven.
No more beer for me.
They prefer sex workers.
Steven.
And I'm not slut shaming. I'm just making sure I'm understanding the situation.
Good night, everybody. Game over.
Steven.
Oh, come on.
Well,
Jack.
he's
You don't have a good like scolding name.
No, I don't.
Jack.
No.
he's definitely in here, but I don't know if we want to go in or if we want to try and draw him out.
Can I do reading the files?
What is that?
So you learned about the superhuman world through your mentor's resources. When you first encounter an important superhero or superpowered phenomenon, roll plus superior. On a hit, tell them one important detail you've learned from your studies. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. So this would be like, I would want to know like if it would be better for us to draw him out or would Baylor have been something that I would have studied?
See, that's where I'm having a hard time with it,
Yeah.
because I don't know that you necessarily go digging in the occult
Yeah.
supernatural section in the library. But
Right.
Golden Arms probably taught you a thing or two about tactics, though, and when is best to fight in close quarters and when is best to not fight in close
Right.
quarters.
Yeah.
And you're not the first person who's ever
That's my 2 cents.
contacted
that's
this
fine.
thing.
Or vice versa. I don't want to get trapped in there, though.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to go ahead and let them... Jack, go ahead and roll me
Okay.
superior, just so, you know, you can declare something.
That's a 12.
Okay.
So, one thing that I've learned, I just feel like to defeat it, we want to go in there so that it is contained and wouldn't like slip out into, because the ocean is so vast.
Right.
he already slipped out of a club.
We just have to hit it harder.
What if, if you're worried this being is clearly targeting you, what if there was more than one of you?
I don't know.
But the one important thing that I've learned from the studies is that that when fighting underwater, it is easier for your enemy to get away, because there's they can go literally any direction, as opposed to like they can go down, they can go up, they can go all directions. And so it's easier to keep them in a smaller space than have them out in the open. And then you tell me what, if anything, seems different from what I remember.
Well, mostly these were tactics that were really good, but they were mostly dealing with, well, older villains or just humans. Mm-hmm. And this has been pretty clearly stated, a god.
Mm-hmm. Of death.
Of death.
Of death. What?
It's very different than what
Okay.
you're prepared for.
Okay. And then my follow-up question, because I get one of those.
Oh, okay.
Because I got a 10 plus.
Yes, you did.
What is the best mode of tactic for a non-corporeal god?
Don't die.
Don't die is a good one. Don't
What
die.
happens if we do die around this
And
guy?
and they
not
You
will.
don't want to know.
And here's the best part: they will answer it honestly. Haha,
Okay.
sucker!
So,
I got you into this one now.
all right.
Okay.
The reason Banshee here hasn't just, gotten a really big knife, stabbed it a couple times, and then called it a life, it's really hard to just get rid of a god. You can't just throw them in a lunchbox or kill them, usually. Now, you can clearly hurt them, and since none of you have any familiarity with Balor, you can definitely tell he's a lesser god, but he's still a god. So you might just be better off throwing it back to where it belongs and shutting the door behind him and locking it if you can. Because killing it might be more effort than it's worth.
Okay. But where is he from, though?
Where do you think death is? I mean, it's everywhere and nowhere.
New Jersey.
But where's
Also New Jersey.
But yes, also true. I almost got trapped in New Jersey.
Jews don't have heaven and hell. We have Florida and New Jersey. I don't know which is worse.
Look, I don't pretend to know exactly how this works. I've spent my time trying to avoid him at all costs. Obviously, he thinks of me as his property, which I don't agree with.
It's pretty gross.
So I don't have all the answers. I wish I did. If I did, maybe he wouldn't be around right now.
I was being glib earlier when I said we just have to hit it harder, but it's been made pretty clear that there are things we can do to it that will affect it. Perhaps if we just hit it with an unrelenting bombardment, we might overwhelm it such that it just disappears.
At least for a while. That's all you can really hope for.
No.
Let's hope this is one of those fake gods, huh?
Son of a bitch.
So what has it decided we're going in
No,
or?
I think we should go in,
Yeah.
because that way it's contained.
And if you're worried, I can look like you, so it won't know which one is which.
It's not a bad idea.
I think he's, as the god of death, is probably going to be able to sense there's a difference.
Okay.
I don't know.
Also,
you've looked
ew.
like well.
Yeah.
Well,
It's kinda-
here's
it's kinda
here's the thing, though, is that he can do a lot of the same powers I can, and I've already seen him look like me, and it's really accurate. So that actually might not be a bad move, especially if he and I can do basically the same thing, only I do it a little bit better.
You realize nothing you tell me is going to make me feel okay about the situation.
No,
right?
I know,
No.
but
No.
but that could possibly help.
I did not realize that, but thank you for informing me.
I love how different our aliens have been.
We have English together, and he's just a nightmare in there.
All right. Shall we?
I keep telling. It's really, if you understand the root languages, then it's as simple to decipher all of
I
it.
really don't want him to be like me. I don't want him to even look like me. I don't want him to even think about it.
I already have a twin. It's very strange, but it's the only life I've ever known.
Okay. So who leads the way into the building?
Not me.
I guess
'Cause
it only
I'm
makes.
afraid.
I guess
I
it
am
only
also
makes
afraid.
sense that I go in there, even though I don't really like the idea of going into the building.
Fair enough. So
But I'm not going to go chasing him. I'm going to go in and I'm going to provoke him to come to where we are.
Actually, or you know what? I'll go in first.
Oh.
because I'm the one who said this is tactically the best move that we can do.
Buckshot, are you sure about that?
I mean, it's what I have to do it. Like,
Go ahead and lose
No.
a condition.
yeah, I'm gonna lose afraid.
All right.
You know, because it's like that's tactically what we have to do. Like, we have to engage. We have to figure something out. We have to go in there. We can't draw him out because we'll lose in that situation, and he'll get away, and we'll have to do this whole goose chase again.
I would petition that his losing afraid makes me not afraid anymore.
I'll accept it.
Boom. Yes. Champion.
Power of roleplay. Okay, so leading the way and you not far behind, you two enter the building and you find that it doesn't really look like it should. In theory, it should just kind of look like, here's where the secretary would sit. There's a hallway. There's another hallway. You
It very much looks like from BioShock. What's the who's it place?
Rapture?
Yes.
It does, actually. It does look very much like Rapture. There's a giant statue of Dr. David Kaganis standing over the center where the desk was once. It's also
No gods, only men.
Yeah. Would you
no
kindly
gods,
take
only
a seat?
doctors.
Yeah.
Would you kindly take a seat? Yeah.
Love that game.
Yeah.
It's kind of that crossed with the MC Escher portrait.
Go inside, they said. Tactically better, they said.
There are stairwells that don't seem to be going anywhere. There are doors within doors. It's kind of eldritch, to put it kindly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is ridiculous.
It
And
really
I'm
is.
not going further in to find him. This is stupid.
As far as you go.
He needs to come where we are.
And get his attention.
Okay, fine. Do I need to roll to provoke?
Yes, you are provoking someone.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me superior.
Wait, hold on. Can I?
Yes.
Okay.
I could also do it as you.
Well, no, I'm gonna give you +1 regardless, if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
That's the last team in the pool, but yes.
Go for it.
Okay.
You'll get back to team when you go into combat.
Okay. Do it.
Nice!
Yeah.
You didn't even have to do it.
It's a shame that
know that, though.
You know what? Since she rolled a fucking 12.
Okay.
I'm going to let you guys keep the team up
Okay,
there.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't need your help. I told you at the club, I don't need your help.
Clearly. I won't make that mistake again.
You just say it with like this fucking confidence and this fucking ire that's really kind of badass.
Yeah. Hey, Baylor, your property is here.
that's an actual thing that Charlie does. He goes, oh snap.
You looked at this guy for a reaction. There's none.
If you want to say it in Sumerian, I can tell you the words.
I'm pretty sure he gets the gist of it, thank you.
I heard you.
You are correct.
All right. There's a moment of silence after you hear him speak. And you all can hear him in perfect English.
God of Death, I would imagine he's absorbed some other languages. He's just one
picked
of
up a
those
few.
snobby dicks that likes to speak in ancient
Oh,
Sumerian.
he fucking loves it.
Because he feels so fucking superior.
It's not that hard of a language.
I only know like basic conversational Sumerian. You know,
And I barely speak English.
we know.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that was?
You get the gist of it now. Yeah.
Oh, Steve.
All right.
It's all right. It was asked earlier this week if you were human, so you're just proving that you're not.
I'm having a week.
Having a
Having a
week.
week.
Having a week.
Aren't we all? During the silence, though, it dawns on you. Oh, wait. There were those clown guys back at the club. Oh, God, he's a god. He has cult members.
Great.
It dawns on you as 5 men in cloaks with fucked up facial features, each of them looking kind of like a cross between a fish and a clown. A clownfish, if you will.
I will, as a matter of fact.
Tell us a joke. You're a clownfish, right? You're funny, right?
You want a joke? Look at my resume.
Kill them.
Killed him dead.
Kill them a lot.
Brandishing weird, large daggers, each of them come running out from the shadows,
Well,
going after you guys. I add a team to the pool.
Okay.
The leader does not have influence over everyone,
Right.
so you only get one. So what do? You're being attacked by cult members. And how the hell they get down here?
I'm gonna fire my plasma gun because I still have it.
Because it's nerfed.
Yeah! Yeah!
I have no problems with this.
Yes!
Okay, I will let you, okay, you have an option.
Yes.
I will give you an option.
Okay.
You can either engage a threat
Okay.
and all the shortcomings that come with that,
Okay.
or I'll let you unleash your powers.
Okay.
And it will do something really cool, but it will fall apart.
Because that would play into my my alien tech, where I can basically
I'm basing it off that.
where it like gets like one good use and then it falls apart.
Sure, why not? Even though I want to hold on to it, but
Okay.
That's
freak
fine.
out.
I've used them twice so far.
okay.
Because otherwise, what's the point?
Well, I mean,
Because eventually it'll get me to one.
That
of
is
these.
a 9.
Should we confirm?
Yeah.
sure. Let's
So-
let's roll the results.
Yeah. So I got a
First
9
time we're using this playbook.
for unleashing my powers, which I mark in condition, or you tell me how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Take your pick.
I'm gonna mark a condition, so it's not temporary.
Okay.
Actually, well, if you told me that it was gonna be temporary regardless.
You're not going to be able to use the plasma gun again.
God damn it. Would be regardless though? Was that gonna be regardless though?
Yeah, basically, if you chose to freak out with it, it was going to.
Oh, then never mind. I'm not gonna take a condition if it's just gonna fall apart regardless.
Okay, good call.
So throw my
Weird,
dice
that
at myself.
Looked like that was supposed to hold together. Why would they have a plasma gun?
But I'm gonna but it's gonna be like a sweeping motion at the cult members, because this is unleashing my powers. I am like feeding my elemental power
You're
through
Rambo.
the gun. Yeah, I am. Tiny Charlie Malinowski.
Tiny, adorable, gay Rambo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say more of a
Little-
Charles Bronson,
little
Death
half
Wish kind
Korean.
of thing going on.
Charlie's not gay, right?
Yeah, he is.
Charlie's
Okay.
super gay.
Yeah.
No, that's right. I was thinking Chaos a lot.
Chaos a lot is maybe
Confused.
bisexual.
Yeah, confused.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Swole straight.
Questioning.
Yes.
I think.
Swole is.
Swole is
Swole is-
unwillingly asexual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with that, you manage to just obliterate 3 of them. And one of them, the clothes fall off, it lands, and instead of first person, it's a person.
Oh.
The other 2 are like gone.
It's a person.
Max got a question about the mechanics of her playbook.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
I think. I know the
Each
answer
play,
to.
and just let me explain to the audience
Yeah.
real quick. So each playbook is mechanically slightly different from each other. Sometimes it's as simple as they get a different bonus. Other times they have to keep track of certain things, like you have a Doom track.
Yeah, which is what I'm actually asking about.
Okay.
So my Doom track is you're doomed, your powers may be killing you, or maybe you're hunted ruthlessly, or maybe you embody an apocalypse. But one way or another, your future is grim. What brings your doom closer, choose 2.
Okay.
One of them that I have marked is overexerting yourself. So I've used Unleash Your Powers twice, and I feel like that's drawing from something very heavy. So I want to know if I can mark off on Doom track.
And that's on me. I should have had you marking on that.
Okay.
Usually on our team we don't have a Doom track to keep track of, so I just completely flaked.
Yeah, I have overexerting
really sorry
yourself
about
and
that.
frightening loved ones are checked, and I don't really feel strongly about any of them. So I'm just going to stick with the overexerting
You definitely
yourself.
overexerted yourself twice. Because you refuse to have friends.
Yeah, well, when you are pursued by the god of death, friendship kind of comes at a price.
That's very sad, and I love it.
My life is one big dark room. Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
Lydia and Daria is like that's what this.
You are Lydia and Daria
With
and
a slash of
Raven,
Raven.
and you all got together and
had
made
some kind
you.
of horrible love child.
Some wonderful upcoming. God. Jordan, you're off the show. I'm bringing her in. Okay, so as the body falls to the floor, he's definitely still breathing, but you have the sudden realization, wait, cult members, oh wait, they were probably people once.
No, cult members aren't people.
Like Republicans?
Yeah. And Scientologists, which are cult members.
Yeah. Jack.
Yes.
So you might have kind of killed 2 people. I mean, you got rid of 3 cult members, but you might have killed two of them, and they were probably people once upon a time before they were these freaky fish people.
Yeah, but they were freaky fish people. They were probably gonna hurt us. Like, they're being controlled by the god of death. Like, I don't want to get hurt. Like, this is scary.
Okay, all right.
I don't feel
With that
guilty. You're-
justification,
might
I will
have
not
already-
make you mark a condition for that.
I'm already feeling guilty from earlier,
Well,
so
I personally feel like if they've aligned themselves with the god of death, their time is coming regardless.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't really
But we'll
seem
talk
to be
about it
innocent.
after.
Right.
oh, I'm probably already in some sort of therapy because our mother's been setting us from a young age. But
So
that's a
much
whole
therapy.
other storyline.
And I know what we're exploring next week.
Next week's just gonna be a therapy session for Charlie.
Tell me about your mother. So,
So there were 5 of them, but there's 2 left, right?
Yes.
And we wiped out 3 of them pretty easily.
oh yeah. Then again, he did just unleash a gun that should not exist.
Yeah,
So-
but I've kind of seen what everybody else can do, so I'm not really terribly worried about them. I just don't know if Baylor sent them out, if Baylor's going to come to us, or if we're going to have to go after Baylor. Can I assess the situation?
Happily. Go ahead and roll me superior.
Actually, it's not bad.
What'd you roll?
So that is 8.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, ask 1 question.
Um,
Also, when you act on the answers I give you, you can add a +1.
okay. How can we best end this quickly?
So, best course of action, at least in your mind, fuck the cult members. They're just a distraction. Head straight through. He's probably just hiding in this building.
I'm going to take off and use the fact that I have a connection with Baylor to try and navigate and follow. I'm going to go.
Okay. Do you tell the other team, or do you just leave?
I'm just going to go.
Add 1 to the team pool.
That is not. You
That's
don't get
acting
teamwork for that.
selfishly. That's acting selfishly, though, because then they add 1 to the team, right?
Well, no. My
Isn't that how that
character is
works?
already doomed. She knows she's already doomed. She's just going to go and take care of business.
But isn't that one of them?
No, when you act like a dick, I take 1 away from the team pool and you get a +1.
You son of a bitch.
How am I the son of a bitch here?
I hate you.
Yeah, well, I love you. How's that feel? All right, so
Feels
you
accurate.
fuck off.
Yeah.
You are running straight towards Baylor.
Yep.
What are the other? And you now have a broken gun. What are you two doing? I'll let you decide that because I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Do we murder?
No, we don't murder. We're not murderers, but I don't know that these.
Is it murder time?
I mean, I'm just chilling. I'm just waiting for y'all to figure it out.
I apologize. That gun should not have fallen apart so easily.
Yeah,
You should really take it back to the manufacturer. It was not even capable of firing until a few hours ago.
You know what? I'm just gonna take it back to the shop, and I'm gonna tinker with it later anyway, and I'm probably gonna make it better than you made it. So, suck on that, Rango.
I am very fascinated by your powers. Should you wish it, I would love to examine your brain.
No.
Can
I-
Rango be in all of the games on saving throw from now
Really,
on?
I'm liking all of the characters that are coming our way.
I really wish that I could see Rango and Swole together.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Oh my.
Mostly just so you could hear Jordan.
Oh. What do you think, Buckshot?
God, the worst. And he like does this thing with his body when he
Yeah.
does it too. Like Jordan.
Ugh.
Jordan, we get it. We get it. You're playing a character.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
It is
Moderately, yes.
and you don't have to be in the same room with it. We do.
So
We could change
we
that.
don't murder.
We don't
One of these
murder,
days.
but I feel we can leave these two to their own devices and see where Banshee's going. I feel like that's where our primary objective lies.
Okay.
You guys first. I'll bring up the rear just in case these cultists do give us any trouble.
I just sort of take off. Actually, I'm not flying. I'm kind of Gumby walking.
The worst.
Oh.
What
I thought I went to the
happened?
bathroom when I did. So Vengemins has triggered great responsibility for Buckshot.
What?
So this is
What
the
does
first.
that mean?
It's the first time it's been bought. I'm really excited about this.
I'm not
Uh-oh.
really excited. What does this mean?
It's something terrible for you.
No.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this like equivalent of like a negative
Yes,
flare?
exactly.
Oh, those are the best.
Not.
Mine got activated last time when I destroyed an office building.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, at least the first couple of
Does
floors.
this involve a phone call?
I'm so proud of
Effectively,
Yeah.
over your communicator, which you didn't think worked down here, you started hearing the voice of Golden Arm.
That motherfucker.
Why do you keep calling him a motherfucker? He's your mentor.
I
He
know.
he bought you the costume.
I'm just.
He let you borrow his car.
I just want to be my own person. I just be my own person.
Well, I'm sorry, Angsty Pants, but you don't get that right now. Because right now you keep... Buckshot, are you there? Buckshot, come in, Buckshot.
Yes. What is it, Golden Arm?
I heard some unidentified flying object was flying over the city then landed in the water. What is it?
It's Baylor, the god of death. You don't have to worry about it though.
Oh,
Like, we got
God.
it handled.
Buckshot. Do not kill it.
We're not going to. We're gonna banish it from whence it came.
No, you need to capture that thing.
What? No.
Yes.
No. Why? 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 With what? Why? How? Like, you need
The
to give
wizard
me
ha-
more than that.
The Grand Wizard, who is
The
a...
KKK?
No, Tim Curry from The Worst Witch.
I was thinking that. Fuck me. I can't
I think
wait
that's
for
the
that.
Great Wizard.
The Great Wizard,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, we're changing that. The Great Wizard, who is a Golden Age hero, effectively immortal, has been hunting Baylor for about 2 centuries now. And if you banish it, there's going to be ramifications for basically every hero in Hyperion City. If you let it, you're basically letting it get away if you banish it. You need to capture it. So, for those of you who don't know, Great Responsibility basically means Golden Arm contacts Buckshot and gives him an objective that goes against what the party wants.
This is a dick move, and I hate
It's a
all of
great
you.
move. I love it.
you. It's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
hate chat. I hate chat so much right now. I have been so nice sharing things on Twitter with y'all. I'm not doing that ever again. Mm-mm. It's the last time I share things.
So basically, just to recap, you can make him blow up, but he gets mad at his dad.
He's not my dad.
Not my
He's
real dad.
just my mentor who's just
You're not my real dad, and you never will be.
best. My dad's just this awkward Polish guy.
We have not explored your father at all, but I'm glad to know that. I'm writing that down.
No.
Awkward
Actually,
and
it's all
Polish.
about,
With the last name
Buckshot's
Malinowski? Yeah, he's super Polish. Come on.
Because I keep track of things like that.
Yeah, come on.
Polish.
Yeah, my dad's Polish and my mom's Korean. I thought we went over this.
We did.
What? What's happening? Oh, okay.
Making a decision. That's what was happening.
Okay.
So,
It's like,
you hear this. You're on your way to Balor, and you are completely oblivious to this fact.
Charlie.
what? We gotta capture it, or bad things are gonna happen. Worse things are gonna happen.
She's not going to listen to us. And this is actually a better plan for Banshee than if we just out and out try and destroy it. And ever since we left the club, I've been thinking about new applications for my powers. I think I might be able to contain this fucker.
Oh boy. Do I have to make something that's like a la like Ghostbusters?
No.
That-
I'm
But like, how are we gonna capture it?
We get it on the ropes. I'm gonna put every ounce of strength I have into encapsulating, and putting it in like a protective bubble, like I did for you. See issue number 3.
Okay, that's official. Every show is an issue.
So I think that would have been issue number 2. Was that last week? Week before. Issue number 1.
This is the annual, so this is technically the 3rd issue.
No,
Yeah.
see issue 2. I don't know.
Excelsior.
Smiling Stanley.
So we should have gone with like the sunken city of Kiganistan. See Dark Sun issue 17.
I say we give it a shot, but let's take the fight to that guy, that creature, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just nervous about it. I'm just worried it won't work.
I'm nervous too, but Charlie,
I'm worried what Banshee will think.
I am too. As much as she pretends that she doesn't want help, and maybe she really doesn't need help, in this very moment, where we find ourselves as erstwhile allies. And Charlie, this is what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
Well, then let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting. It's really cold on this side of the room. I don't know why.
It's
like
radiating.
freezing. It's just like piercing my.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mac. So yeah, let's
Okay.
All right.
let's take the fight to Ugly.
Banshee, you're running through these hallways, and it's like a labyrinth with.
There's like a fucking minotaur over there, and like,
David Bowie doing this.
A cute little.
This book was not written for you. House of Leaves, go read it. However, you know exactly where he is, and it's not hard for you to find it. And
Okay.
soon you find yourself in this. Looks like a. Kind of like the inside of a church. If the inside of a church was built by H.R. Geiger.
yeah, like you do. Because I feel like Geiger built a lot of churches, you know,
of course.
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what he's mostly known for.
Yes.
And his love for cats.
Yes.
That man loved cats.
Yeah.
Like, this is Hyperion City canon now.
I guess so. I can't argue.
H.R. Geiger was known for building churches all over Hyperion City.
Yeah.
There are some creepy ass churches in the city now. That's a plot point. That's coming back.
Nice.
There's a throne made out of skulls and bones, basically on the pulpit, and sitting there is a person you once knew. Who is it?
My little brother, who's dead.
What? Plot twist.
No, I'm good.
I definitely need one of those. 3 beers, I'm already out.
Good.
Have fun running the show after this.
Finish wasted.
Just
So,
who did dice cam the whole time.
Go fuck yourself, I'm fine.
So, he's actually only 2 years younger than
So 14
than
to your
Darlene.
16?
No, I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
2 years younger. However, he died when he was 3.
Oh.
But this was before she really understood her powers. So, and being in the same household, there was something wrong, and they kept trying to separate her from him because every time that she would get too close, she just felt this like wailing scream just kind of like rise up. And so she screamed like most of the time she was having interactions in like the final month before he actually passed away. And it was very mysterious circumstances. But yeah, he was 3, so there's this very small child
There's a very
sitting
small
on
child.
a throne of skulls and bones.
It looks a lot like you, but with red eyes.
So it's extra fucked up. You're welcome, guys.
I love this.
Classic Mac.
No, you're dead. This is a trick. Why are you doing this?
I'm not dead. I'm sitting right here.
I know it's you, Baylor.
Well, I said I wasn't dead. I am death, but I'm not dead.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're mine, and I want you to listen to me and come home with me, and I don't know, help me destroy the world. I have needs, you know.
And then,
Roll to provoke.
yeah.
This is so creepy.
So what happens?
The
when you
voice that
invite
comes
back
out
in?
of this 3-year-old is that of a man well into his 30s.
So let's see. That was provoke is superior.
Yes.
So that only would have been 4. However,
Reroll?
yeah.
Hey, got it.
So that gives me 8.
Okay. I get to choose from the list. And he's going to overreact. Go ahead and mark that you now have influence over Baylor.
Which means...
You get a +1 against him.
Hey.
How long does it take me to Gumby walk my way over?
I want to wrap up this scene before I get
Yeah.
back to you guys. Do you forget the deal we made? Did you forget all the powers I gifted your family?
I was a child. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, I was a child. I didn't know what I was doing.
That's really immature, Baylor. Okay.
I'm currently a 3-year-old. What do you want?
Not that. Gross.
You could give this up, help me destroy the world, and then you can just enjoy the darkness with me. Isn't that what you've always wanted? Come on.
Yeah, my darkness. Fuck you.
On cue with that, you 3 come bursting through the large doors of the temple. How you guys made it through the labyrinth, who cares?
Magic.
Magic. Well, more importantly, you have a GPS system in your brain.
Fucker, I hate him so much.
Follow the screaming.
Follow the screaming.
And you 3 are greeted with a 3-year-old sitting on a throne of skulls and bones, and we're yelling with it.
Whoa. What is-
normal.
This is...
Excuse me, child. Should you be with your parents or guardians?
Don't talk to it. It's Baylor. The child is dead.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not dead. I can bring him back. Would that get you to, do your goddamn job?
Whoa.
Banshee, what's going on?
Whoa.
Because I can do that. Like, I took him away. I
But,
can give him back.
what's the catch, though? There's always a catch.
There's
Oh,
always a
obviously,
catch.
do your job.
No, he comes back, but for how long? Are you gonna
How
let
long
him
do
have a
humans live
normal,
nowadays?
an
70
actual
years,
normal
80
life?
years? Well, I can't say it would be normal.
I mean, are we talking Pet Cemetery here, or
Yeah, you bring him
I,
back and he lives, what, 70
'Cause sometimes
years?
dead
I
is
watched
better.
that
Yeah.
in the horror film class.
Oh, okay. But I lean over to Kid Stardust and go, he's distracted. So, because he's currently fighting with Banshee. So you could do your thing if you're feeling up to it.
Okay.
Kill them and you get your brother back.
Don't do it.
There's that good, the bad, and the ugly moment where it cuts to your eyes, cuts to your eyes, cuts to my eyes, cuts to the red eyes. You're smiling like an idiot.
I'm just watching.
I don't understand the concept.
Humans are fascinating.
all right?
And all of a sudden, the smell of ozone fills the air, and the stillness that had been in that chamber is gone, and you can feel the ions in the air kind of crackling as, like, Kid Stardust kind of rises off the ground, like Akira style.
Yes.
And it's just like this ball of energy is, like, building up around her, and she's, like, struggling to contain it. I'm using Overcharge, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm spending 2 burn to take a +10 when I unleash my powers.
Oh, shit.
And that's plus freak, so that's automatically a 12.
Well, fuck.
So what I'm doing is I'm trying to overcome an obstacle, reshape in my environment, or extend my senses, and basically...
It sounds like you're reshaping the environment.
Yeah, and basically she is just taking this bubble and she is trying to enclose it around Baylor.
What are you doing?
I think this is a better solution for your problems.
You don't get to make that decision.
Well, It's happening.
She's having she can't contribute to the conversation anymore because she's just so focused on maintaining
Yeah.
the energy.
This is
No,
better.
he has to be destroyed.
This is better for everybody if he's contained.
I turn around and I shriek at them
Oh shit.
because Baylor needs to be destroyed.
Can I defend?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Okay. PvP action, because in the apocalypse world, this happens.
Sure.
So go ahead and you roll me to engage a threat. And you, are you defending yourself or them?
Them.
Okay. Go ahead and.
And that's using what?
Danger.
Danger?
And then your savior.
Oh, I wish I had
Yes.
rerolls right now, but
It's
big
a
bucks, no
deal.
whammies. Oh, that was not great. That was 7.
Okay.
And then Savior?
All right. If Eric here gets a 7 or above, Mac here gets a -2 to their roll.
Can you? You said something about like fucking other people over using the team thing too.
If you act selfishly, you can add a +1 to your roll.
I think it's pretty selfish. That
You
I
are
said-
definitely being selfish
So that's
right
an
now.
8.
Yep.
That's an 8. So that's a
That's a 9.
9.
So that's -2.
yeah.
So how does that look?
What did you roll in total?
8.
With okay, that does drop you to a 6, and that is a miss.
So,
So-
like, I
That's why I
imagine
waited.
you go to scream, and I actually, like,
Cover your mouth.
yeah, my arm actually just extends and, like, covers your face.
Your arm, the scream does.
creepy.
You scream. You still manage to scream, and it just kind of makes the arm scatter into whatever the millions. What do they look like? What
They
are
are-
they made out of?
I mean,
Do
you
I
see,
mark off on potential?
you see the
I don't know. Would you
I
count
will
that
go
as
ahead and give you the
potential?
potential for that.
Yeah.
you see the arm sort of like come apart,
contested roll we
and it's these tiny like potato bug roly poly things. that, like,
Cybermats?
what?
Cybermats.
No, they're just like, I mean, they're organic. They're just like
Okay.
roly polies, like all over the ground. They're about softball size, and then they kind of roll back onto me and like reform the arm, and it like looks normal again. But that's what it. These weird.
It looks
bug
normal
creatures.
again, but you're missing the sleeve.
Is
Yeah.
I want to. Is there a way that I can help you, or like make this better for you, or because I know you're using the energy, and I don't do that.
I mean, if there's
I mean, the best I could do
Gotta
do it.
would be to.
How is Baylor looking about
Would
this
just
whole
be
thing
to
right now? Because
emotionally
this is
support
relevant to
you.
something
Yeah.
in my Doom track.
Oh,
although I mean I don't know
Because
that I have to
he looks like a 3-year-old that
roll
looks
for
like
it
my
again.
brother. How does he look right now?
he looks
that in mind,
genuinely
though.
scared.
Okay.
Mark Doom.
What does that mean?
Just tallying things up.
just a list,
What does Doom
a list of things.
The hound.
What do you think Doom means? Like,
I just.
Doom, doom.
Well, if she fills it all up, you throw a party.
Yes, it's a Doom party.
Yeah.
Oh,
We all
excellent.
play Doom. Any version of Doom you want.
Yes.
While listening to Gur singing the Doom song.
I'm actually playing the old school Doom RPG for like the first generation of
Yeah.
smartphones. It's
I-
actually a card game.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Kind of want to play that.
Yeah.
So Baylor, with the face of your 3-year-old brother, what's his name, by the way?
Clee.
Clee? Okay.
It's Irish family.
Sure.
I mean, she's Darlene O'Grady. Like, come on.
No, that's fair. Oh, boy. We do not have the 330 hard out anymore.
Cool.
Do we?
No, we don't, because that was just the one day.
And I've been
when-
working under that assumption ever since.
Yeah, because I just needed to go to work that one day, and not today. Possibly next week.
Could have been more clear.
But
Anyway, with big, sad 3-year-old eyes, looks at you. Help me. Ugh.
No, this isn't. No, I'm not going to let you use me this way. And I'm definitely not going to let you use Clee this way.
Ooh. Okay. That kind of sounds like you're piercing the mask.
Okay.
You're
I
seeing
don't know
through
what that means.
Piercing the
It's
mask
a move,
is
yeah.
basically, to put it bluntly, you're seeing through the bullshit.
Okay.
It's what do
good.
you call it in D&D when you're like telling your
Insight.
insight? Yes, it's basically like an insight roll.
Okay. And I have influence over Baylor.
Yes, you do. So you get a +1 level.
And Baylor's dignity.
Yeah.
And I will give you +2 on this roll because you have his dignity.
Yeah.
Ooh, so that gives me 10, 12.
Okay. You get to ask 3 questions from the Pierce the Mask list.
Let's see. What are you really planning?
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I should answer this. Do you want me to answer this like as Baylor, or do you want Steven the DM to answer?
As Baylor.
Okay.
Do a mashup of both, like a Greek pizza.
Oh, that sounds awful.
So do it like Baylor, but like really self-deprecating and defeated.
Wow.
So
He
Steven.
drops the cute kid face instantly. I want Hyperion City. There are a lot of gods hiding among them. I want their powers. I want their souls. There are immortals there who have been taunting me for millennia. I want them dead. And frankly, you're my property. I gave you and your entire family for several generations now powers, and none of you have paid up.
None of us asked for it either.
Oh, God, you're naive.
Well, that kind of covered also what do you intend to do.
I'm not just
So
saying, dressed like that, you look like you want powers.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeesh.
gross.
okay, so that actually does cover 2 of them. But so
You still could ask to.
I know.
answered.
Well, I feel weird asking Baylor directly. How could I gain influence over you? Because I already did that.
Yeah.
So I already have that. We already know what he intends to do. I know what he wants me to do. How could I get your character, you, to fuck off?
Find me another sacrifice.
Just any old thing.
I need another person, preferably a young human.
I volunteer Rango. I know he's not human, but I volunteer Rango.
Can we volunteer just like one of the sum of his parts?
Like how about that
Little
human?
pieces?
And Rango's arm still can't the bugs still haven't quite gotten used to it, so it's kind of shifting a little bit because they're still like shaken up from all of this. So it's,
Your arm has gone through like 3 different densities and
yeah,
colors.
yeah, it's like it's been a foot at one point. It's just because they're having a hard time maintaining.
Ever read Parasite? I'm
No.
imagining that.
Okay, well that sounds like sort of a zero-sum game because I'm not giving him anyone
And it's
else.
kind of an evil thing to do.
Thanks, Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Nice fucking.
Well, yes. Well, fuck. Okay. All right.
Because we still haven't clued her into what Golden Arms said.
I don't give a
Nope.
shit what Golden Arm says.
I don't know, but maybe you should impart that information.
Maybe you should, because he is a Silver Generation superhero, so he like kind of knows his stuff.
Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds like some old bullshit.
We've been spending
also-
how much time together since the club, and you still haven't figured this out.
Also, technically, if he is Silver Age, then he would be closer to 70 at this point than 50.
You forget comic book logic?
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan's still like,
30. Well, now he's 27.
yeah, me and Hal Jordan are almost the same age.
Yeah.
And
There's
he's
one
been-
thing I know from Banshee in the time that we've spent together is that she loves old men with authority.
You would love Golden Arms.
I totally just didn't pull that pencil apart. What?
How are you like this? Sax invites us into his space, and then you just destroy
that's
his
impressive.
pencil.
I mean, I've never seen anyone do that, so good on you.
Really into this.
Just
I really just want to kill Baylor a lot. Which is really what I intend to do at this point.
Golden Arm contacted me and said that if we destroy Baylor, that more harm is going to happen to the world, and it's going to be worse than it is now. And that, who is it that you said wanted to capture?
The Great Wizard.
the
Great
Great
Wizard.
Wizard.
David Dukes, the Grand Wizard.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we really don't want to
I'm
capture him. More
retiring
of that.
from DMing. Good night,
The great,
everybody. Good
the
night.
Great Wizard,
Witcher.
not the Grand Imperial Wizard, especially not that guy. Once he captured to study, and captured to keep control over instead of releasing out.
Like I said.
If there's one thing that I know, it's that you can't control death.
But
You've got some great
you
one-liners this game.
can But
I'm done talking to you. I'm taking Baylor down, and you can help me, or you can get in my way, and I will take you along with it because this is more important.
you're still working on containing.
I'm gonna keep trying
Staring with
to
energy,
deflect.
her eyes are all wide and yeah, that's
Nope,
what I'm doing.
Gonna destroy Baylor, and if I have to go through you to do it, I'm going to.
I am going to. Oh fuck! What do I want to do?
Okay, you got kind of a handful of options here. None of them great.
I
You
know.
can either get into a fight with Banshee. Probably won't end well for anyone.
No.
You can try to provoke them into doing what you want, but once again, probably won't end well. You can try to comfort them or support them because they are definitely in a vulnerable place, but you're not exactly
Yeah.
one for being comforted or supported. I mean, how old's your character?
17.
Yeah, you're 17. No one wants to be talked to at 17.
Yeah.
And nobody likes you when you're 23.
Dude, I'm in my 30s now, and I don't want to be comforted or talked to. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with that because I don't like leaving my apartment.
I didn't want to come here today. Nah.
This is that. Well, actually, I flew home early because I wanted to do this.
Oh, because Steven loves us
I'm
more
sorry.
than his family. It's because Steven loves us more than his family.
Yeah. Accurate.
You don't have to confirm it. I know.
Just go away. Get out of the game. You're out, Mac. You're in permanently.
Okay, bye.
Woo!
I am. Would anything help you if I supported you?
I don't know. I mean, not even
You
sure
can also
this plan's gonna
assess
work.
the situation.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bullshit right now.
You're in a bad spot.
Okay.
But I put the pencil back together.
Muzzle off.
Nothing ever happens.
I would actually say I'm gonna do a fireside chat.
A fireside
Because
chat.
he fucking contacted me, so I got some more fucking questions for Golden Arm.
Okay, what's fireside chat?
So fireside chat, I always forget I have these stupid moves down
You
here.
have playbook moves. Those are important. You can use
They're-
those, and that's what makes your playbook your playbook.
It's just a lot of asking questions. When you seek advice from your mentor, roll plus the label they embody. On a hit, they will tell you what to do. On a 10 plus mark potential if you follow their advice, and take +1 ongoing to follow through.
Oh.
On a 7 through 9, you get +1 forward to see it through if you do it their way. On a miss, they don't have time for you because something big has gone down. Mark a condition. GM's choice.
Want to do it?
Yeah, sure, why not? This is the annual issue, so none of this sticks
big.
anyway.
It's only fucking life
Go
or
big or
death
go
for my
home.
character. God.
Also because superior is my highest condition.
Of course it is.
It's my highest label. So that would be a 14. Mark potential if I follow the advice. So I contact Golden Arm and saying Banshee still wants to destroy this thing. Kid Stardust is working super hard to contain him. How can I convince Banshee to contain him instead of destroying him?
Time out real quick. The bubble has basically extended the entire room right now, so technically we're all contained in it.
Okay.
So you're
Just so you know.
basically in a giant flame bubble.
Energy bubble.
I
yeah.
have come to literally burst your bubble.
They're
You are
fighting.
so proud of that.
Dad, brother and sister are fighting. My two sisters are fighting. What should I
Sisters
do?
and
It's basically what's happening. Is we're doing our best to do what you told us to do, and Banshee
But
still
it's
wants to
really
kill him.
hard.
But it's really hard, and I don't know what to do. I'm pretty much useless right now because I can't do anything except for find your advice.
Well, I'm coming down with. I'm in the submarine with Aquamarine right now.
Son of a bitch, Dad is. Don't make me come down there.
Mom and Dad are coming home early. Clean up the party.
It's official. It's official. Golden Arm's everyone's dad. Golden Arm is dad.
Sure.
Ew.
Don't make me come down there. He is coming down here.
He tells
Still
you.
sounds like a James Bond villain.
Yeah, you're not, I thought that too.
Golden. Ah.
It's actually a welding term for somebody who is extremely skilled at their craft, because he is. I looked up welding slang when I was coming up with my
great.
character.
That's why
And,
he's
You know, we got
But-
all the street welders in their slang.
yeah, you know, and buckshot. Buckshot is the the extra like kickback drippings from welding.
Gross. But
You are like a really fucked up Pinocchio.
that's just his name. It's not his
well,
origin.
Oh, okay. I was about to
No,
say. I'm like, he's
no.
made.
No.
Oh,
I got
okay.
no
No,
strings.
Buckshot is
Okay.
human. No,
Got
because
it.
the Golden Arm, his two powers are weapons and gadgets and telekinesis.
Got it.
So I'm the elemental, and he doesn't have that.
All right, I follow now.
So
He tells you that he's in the submarine with Aquamarine, superhero about your age,
It
actually.
has a really nice rhyme.
It does, doesn't it? Aquamarine submarine.
is that her submarine?
Yes,
Okay.
it is her submarine.
I also just made Aquamarine a woman. So,
I am totally cool with this.
I kind of assumed as much.
you know,
Yeah. He's
she's a
coming down
trans
now.
woman, too. I
If
also just decided that. Too.
Okay.
he lets you know if you can just hold Ballard for just a little bit longer, they can get him on the ship and like
Okay.
null him at least for a while.
Okay. So basically, if I, okay.
He also tells you, look, I did my research. Ballard does this to people. He finds avatars and then just ruins them emotionally. Have you tried calming her down?
She's very difficult to calm down,
Try turning
sir.
her on and then turning her off.
He's still
Remember,
a baby.
I already had
He's
a whole
still
thing
a
about
baby boomer.
computers and rebooting people earlier. No.
Yeah, there's a motif. Happened twice, motif.
Okay. I can definitely give it a shot. I just, you know, I can definitely try. I don't know how well it's gonna go.
Okay.
So,
Well, she's pretty angry.
yeah. Okay.
How do this work anyway?
What are you trying to do?
What works?
The conditions.
Oh. When you mark a condition, you receive a negative to one of your rolls for one of your basic moves, and possibly your book moves as well. It depends on the book. And it's also kind of like a role-playing cue.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're afraid, you play that out.
Yeah.
And also, if you try to heal it in really immature and stupid ways, you heal it, but
Yeah.
bad things happen.
How does it trigger though? Like, I mean, like, do you just call it, or is it
It
actually decided upon? How does this work?
Well, sometimes when you miss one of your basic moves or whatever, you have to mark a condition or something.
Yes.
Or like for me, when I'm supercharging my powers on a 7 to 9, I mark one condition. If I was to miss the attempt to charge my powers at all, I would mark 3 of these.
Okay.
Like, it was actually really good that I cleared the condition of being afraid before we actually went in, and I, like, you know, unleashed the power
Yeah.
or directly engaged a threat, because I lost that condition, which affects engaging a
Yeah.
threat.
Well, Kid Stardust stopped me from doing what I was trying to do because we started having confrontations. I was wondering if that would trigger angry.
I'm going to go ahead and say it does.
Okay.
Also, Benjamin's has given you a reroll.
Oh, thank you. They just want to see me destroy you guys
Apparently.
Why does she get the reroll?
because they want to see me destroy you guys.
You guys are so mean.
Apparently.
Actually, the problem is that I'm mean and they just support it.
They do love you being mean, and they love you turning to a giant wolf creature and destroying things.
Tune in at 5.
Please do.
And somebody send me
Okay.
a cup of coffee.
We'll go get you. We'll stop by the 7-Eleven between shows.
I know.
So,
Okay, so I'm gonna try to comfort Banshee. It's gonna be a fucking shit show, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
you get a +1 to it.
I know. Okay.
And don't forget, she's angry.
I know, and it's like
Special
it's
kind
like
of piss.
fucking.
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
Yeah, he just took on the shape of what had
Yeah.
been my 3-year-old brother who died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Like-
go ahead, knock yourself
Yeah.
out.
I could do that.
Like Banshee, I know what it's like to, you know, have to look after a sibling. I have a brother who frustrates me you know, but
Is
that's
he
not-
alive?
Sometimes I wish he wasn't.
No,
He's
you don't.
Such a,
No, you don't.
He's such a jerk.
Really? You don't know.
But that's not your brother. That is not your brother.
Yeah, but
He is messing with you.
Yeah, all the more reason to take him out.
But if you take him out, that's going to cause more pain for people.
That's what
You want-
they say
you
is going to
want-
happen. How do you know that? You don't know that. Do you believe that? Do you
I
honestly
believe that. I do believe that. Because my mentor has seen this before. They've all seen this before. Baylor's been around longer than you have.
Then
He's
why
been
haven't they
around
done
longer
something
than
about
me.
him before?
They've tried,
And failed.
Sir Jolly,
and he's back.
Jack, your whining paid off. Sir Jolly gives you a reroll.
Good. Because if you destroy Baylor, he's gonna cause more pain to everybody else, and there will be more death. There'll be more destruction. It's going to be, people will be in pain and hurt as much as you, and it's going to be an epidemic.
I don't believe that you have the ability to contain him.
Roll me. Okay, go ahead and roll me mundane.
Can I use team to help to give a +1?
He's rolling a +1, but if you can find a justification for it, I'll allow it.
Well, I would.
Do you want me to roll first and then add to you?
That sounds. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, and you're what, at a -2 because of the angry? How does that work?
No, your
No.
rolls are right.
My rolls. Oh, okay.
Some of
But
your rolls
just
are.
for
If I wanted to do those things,
Yeah.
which I don't want to do any of those.
no, why would you?
No, you're pissed. Fuck them.
So that is a 7, actually.
It's a hit, but
So they mark a potential clear condition or shift labels as they open up to you.
Okay. Which would you like to do?
So what were the options?
Your
again?
options are, because Jack here rolled a success, you can
clear condition.
clear a condition, so you can no longer be angry. You can calm
I
down.
still want to be angry.
You can calm down. You can mark potential. You know, become a little closer to being like the superhero you want to be. Or shift one of your labels. You chose potential.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Solid
I
choice.
think, in my mind, that I'm
His
going to
work-
be able to better save somebody.
He does.
Anyway.
His words do land, though.
Okay.
Like they do get through to you.
Well, maybe I should stop trying to beat them up and just go back for Baylor.
Not a bad idea. What are you two doing right now? Because you put up your giant bubble thing and you're pretty focused on that. But what have you been doing? Because last time we talked to you, your arm blew up and it was kind of coming back.
Yeah, now it's like just reconfiguring into a better shape. Can I also try and comfort and support?
What is this, a fucking touchy-feely hour?
It is a touchy-feely hour.
Fuck.
This game has social mechanics. It happens.
Yeah.
Look, if you want to be touchy-feely, go for it. I mean, you're rolling flat.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I guess if we're fighting this thing, I don't know. I guess I don't need to support.
What's Baylor doing?
Yeah.
Baylor's still in his throne. He kind of seemed to calm down once the bubble was no longer like directly on him.
Okay.
He's kind of just watching, mostly at you.
All right. I'm gonna assess the situation.
Okay.
Stuff is shitty.
I don't. Nothing really going on.
Mark potential.
I don't understand anything that's going on right now.
Okay, so as you're just trying to absorb, like, human emotions and
There's a lot of them
feelings
flying
and
around.
giant
Yeah.
spheres of
Cosmic energy.
cosmic energy.
I mean, I understand the cosmic energy thing, but just emotion.
So, when you notice Baylor mostly, Baylor is even if he's dead and a god of death, he still has an energy reading. The energy seems to be lowered a little bit, but you're not sure what entirely that means. You could probably kind of makes you want to go up and touch it or poke it with something.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead and lower your mundane and raise your freak a little bit. Raise your danger. Bad ideas sound good right now.
Okay. This is all very fascinating.
This is all very fascinating.
Terrible.
So what do you guys do?
We're trapped inside of the bubble. The one thing is that we're
You're
all
trapped in a bubble. In a bubble.
Yeah, but we're all inside of it. So there's still no barrier between me and Baylor.
There isn't.
So I'm going to try using another telekinetic shriek at Baylor. Because we're inside of the bubble. He's not separated. I don't have a barrier to burst through.
Well, you don't have to burst the bubble. Go for it.
So I'm going to use Unleash Your Powers,
Also,
I guess?
you no longer
or
need to
is
focus
it directly
on
engaged?
it.
Okay.
It's built.
All right, is it
Okay.
directly engaged or is it Unleash Your Powers?
This is directly
Is there
engaging.
a
You're not
reason
doing
why you
anything
wanted to
outside of your
get us
norm.
in the bubble?
Okay. Although I am trying
Because I knew that
to,
there
like,
was potential that she would try and
tear him
disrupt it.
apart with
And
it.
this way,
You're still
we
just-
are
Okay,
hella
cool.
contained and hopefully he can't
That's
go anywhere.
danger, right?
Yes, roll me danger.
And also, if somehow she
Uh,
takes him out and his power
That's
over the
a
surrounding
reroll.
areas collapses and the water comes pouring back down, this way we're also protected.
That's fair.
a 7.
That's a hit. Choose one from the list. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity or impress.
Surprise or frighten.
Surprise or frighten, yes.
God, read the whole thing, Steven.
You're just mean to me.
I know.
Well, I don't want to create an opportunity for them because I am trying to destroy Baylor, like, a lot. I want to be really fucking scared at this point because I'm just so angry.
Okay.
So I want it to be, like, even worse. Like, I imagine he's still in that form, right?
He still looks like your little brother.
That's part of it. Is I want him to snap out of that form. I'm trying to, like, scare him and fuck him up bad enough that he doesn't want to retain that form because that is just gross on his part.
Okay. You unleash your scream and it destroys his throne, really, and it sends him flying backwards, and he takes a new form. It kind of looks like your dad.
No!
Now he looks like a very proper-looking military haircut man in his.
I remember Dad's still alive.
I know.
Okay, just making sure. Wasn't sure if you were.
I know.
Go on.
But
Sorry.
you haven't seen your dad in a long
You
time.
haven't.
So you don't know if your dad's alive or dead.
That's true.
Just pointing that out.
Oh, that's frightening. Loved
This
ones.
makes no
Doom
sense.
track.
You shouldn't be here. You should not be here.
I am wherever I want to be. He says as he stands up.
Who the fuck is this?
Is there...
It's my dad.
I told you Baylor's an asshole.
Never argued you on that point. It was just about how best to deal with him. Sorry. You were going to say something and you were going to say something.
I'll let Jack go first.
Oh, I was going to ask if there was, like, a way to, like, provoke Baylor.
Of course there is. He's very childish, obviously.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out if there's, like...
I want to assess
Good
the
way.
situation.
Go for it.
I was like, somebody else that has a better plan than I do. Hey!
So that's straight up 10.
Great.
Nice.
Okay. How can I best end this quickly? And I get 2.
You're noticing when he's in a human form, not only is it super easy to hit him, he's not shape-shifting. He's
Okay.
not, he did just shape-shift, but it's not like, growing tentacle snake arms or anything.
Okay.
It's like person to person. He's also a much easier target to hit.
Okay.
You could probably knock his ass out.
Okay.
Or just, provoke his ass into doing something stupid. You also get to ask one more question.
Well, I know what the biggest threat is. No.
That's fair.
What here is in the greatest danger, and what I'm asking is, as we've hobbled him a little bit, have we noticed any, like, maybe the buildings kind of starting to cave in because the water's, like, maybe kind of coming in a little bit?
It's hard to tell through your bubble.
Okay.
But yeah, when you hit him, the bubble outside seemed to shake a little bit.
Okay.
Also, you get something. You just realized something. He's a god of death. And you know what people react like when they see their loved ones again.
Yeah.
And even though this one right here just kind of tensed up and got really mad, it's not like they saw someone dead.
Interesting. Not sure what to do. with
So what are
that
you two doing?
information.
I'm fucking. Not necessarily like I'm, you know. Hey Golden, got an ETA?
5 minutes. We'll be there in 5 minutes.
Okay.
We are coming as fast as we can.
I thought Aquamarine was faster than this.
I'm very fascinated by this creature that they call a god that is shifting and stuff. So I'm gonna kind of like walk over to it, and I'm just gonna kind of like talk to it, ask it questions, and unintentionally provoke it.
Okay. What question do you ask that provokes it?
I go. You know, I've come across many creatures. You seem to be like as many creatures who lie about being gods, such as yourselves, don't seem to have the powers that you claim to have. So it's fascinating, really, to me.
God.
Roll. Take a +1 to it.
So that's 9 plus superior, so 11.
The rest is bait. What do you want him to do?
Let's see. I get to.
You don't have to choose from the list because
Oh.
this is a 10+. So
Yeah, they
just what
rise
do
to
you
the
want him to
bait
do?
and do what you want.
Yeah.
I want. I didn't even think about this. Let's see. What can we have? What would be best for him to do right now? I guess is. I want him to lose his. I want him to sort of lose his shit and come out of the forms that are giving people pause and go into a more punchable form for everyone, a less confusing form.
Yeah, so you provoke him, right?
Yeah.
More punchable.
Yeah.
Will's going to gain his second condition. So he shifts, and the eyes remain red. That's something you're very used to. But now he looks kind of just like this spindly old man. Long beard, spots all over him, thin, rail thin, 7 feet tall, just gaunt. Not exactly imposing looking, so much as kind of creepy looking. How dare you? I am a god. You will respect that. And he takes a swing at you. Roll to take a powerful blow.
That's what's that? Plus.
It's your conditions.
Lummel.
So yeah, I'm
That's a bummer.
that's a 4.
Mark potential. And you take a step back. He's a lot slower than you
And
thought.
you get an advancement now.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
So you do get an advancement this
Which will come back into
game.
play if you ever return. He misses and stumbles and falls down. And
Fascinating.
Banshee,
Fascinating.
not only are you not even scared of him anymore, you're not even really angry at him. This guy sucks.
He does suck.
Carry on.
Well, I'm trying to think how to use it. Because I feel like this is another point to sort of like, I kind of want to humiliate him now.
Go for it.
So I'm trying to figure out how to use maybe like unleash your powers to sort of humiliate him.
Just tell me like what's the big thing you want to do, and we'll allow it. Summon the dead to mock him.
You said he was like a really old man, right?
Yeah.
Does he have a really long beard?
Yeah.
Can I use it to like wrap him up?
Yes.
Yeah, I want you to, like, with his scream, somehow make him punch himself. And just keep screaming, "Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?"
Well, I'm gonna use the beard because I'm already committed to that. But also funny. That gives me 6. Damn it.
Do you have a reroll?
I spent it.
Anyone want to add team?
How would we do that, though?
Distract him, push him down, stand on his chest so he can't move.
He did. He like took a swing at me, and I kind of stepped out of the way, and I can use the team to just kind of go.
So you just push him.
Yeah.
And actually, that is a better triggering point. He pushes him, and I'm like, fuck that guy.
He pushes him, and it's just like, you have no power over me. Boom.
And I'm gonna.
Now you have no power here. Now be gone before someone drops a house on you too. And also, part of that was because that also lets me fill my doom track.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay, because what I would like to do, if I can.
Okay, what's your doom track do?
So doom track basically lets me take one of these doom signs. His abilities come to you with your approaching doom. Once you've taken all 5 doom signs above the line, you must take your doom arrives, and basically, eventually, if these all fill, then this character goes away. But I do have one on here that's Dark Visions, and it says you have a vision about the situation at hand. After the vision, ask the GM a question, they will answer it honestly.
Okay, you have a vision of yourself 10 years from now. You look way more haunting and beautiful and terrible.
Cool, I'm evil Galadriel.
No, actually, you're with other heroes. You're standing among some of the greats. However, Balor's still there. That's your vision. So she just stops. She just comes to a complete stop for a second and like zones out.
But he's still there.
Right as a submarine seems to get right next to your bubble.
Okay.
It's about time.
And does Baylor's still there? So I get to ask him a question. Are we, in this vision, I see him, are we like fighting him or is he contained? Like what is his actual status at that time?
You're still fighting him.
That is not good, but okay. All right.
As you said earlier, death doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. So even if you fuckers catch him, it doesn't matter. Okay. I mean, that's kind of my turn. I've wrapped him up and then found out he's not going away.
The submarine lands right next to the bubble you created. How big is your bubble, by the way?
Well, how big is the room?
I don't know. Ever been in a Catholic church?
Mm-hmm.
It's about that big.
I had
fucking room.
expanded it to that range, but as he's become more contained and we're kind of closing in together, I'm kind of just keeping it like right on the periphery of us, so that way he has less room to play in if he decides to get ornery. Mr. Harris, I'm glad you're here. If we can transfer everybody to the sub, I think I can contain him in this bubble long enough to get where we need to go.
It won't matter.
What do you mean?
He's not going away.
I don't know what to do right now.
Golden buddy, old pal.
Let us take care of him. Even if he won't go away, we can at least make sure he's not hurting anyone.
Yeah, he has Professor Weird with him.
I know you think you're doing the right thing. It's not going to work.
Golden Arm doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't listen.
Because he's
The bottom of the submarine, which is ever see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Mm-hmm.
It looks a lot like the Nautilus.
Okay.
Bottom opened up, goes down around you, closes. The 4 of you are taken aboard the ship, and you manage to shrink the bubble around Baylor, who's still tied up. The wizard is there, and he looks at you. I'll try to make sure you at least have some semblance of normalcy for a while.
That's never going to happen. Don't even try and make me feel like that's going to happen. You can't promise anything.
No, but sometimes a lie is more comforting.
It's really not.
And that's where we're going to wrap.
Yeah.
Okay, one, I would totally read a Banshee solo series.
Totally.
And, okay, we got just enough time for plugs real quick. My name is Stephen Pope. You can follow me on Twitter at StephenJPope22. Make sure to follow my blog, skipaturn.com, where I review a new board game or RPG every week, except for this week, because Thanksgiving's a bitch.
My name's Eric Reichert. You can see me performing all over the Nerdist School Theater on Sundays and occasionally with my sketch team on Saturdays, the Vanities. And you can follow me on Instagram at mostly shit.
That is, I can't believe you
That
went
might
with
be my
name.
favorite Instagram handle ever.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I'm Jack Kelly. I don't really post a whole lot on Twitter, but you can follow me on Instagram at Steak, as in the food, Steak Me Home Tonight. I run Hamilton's LA, which is a Hamilton sing-along group. We don't have anything upcoming right now because we're going through some changes, but we hope to be back from our hiatus soon. So if you're really into Hamilton, you should check us out.
Hey, I'm Mac Beauvais, and you can watch me again in an hour from now. And I'll probably have some plugs then, but right now I don't. But thank you guys for having me on the show today.
Thank you both for being on, by the
Yeah,
way.
yes.
Like, you were great.
I think the great thing about the system is it really is easy for people who have even just the tiniest inkling of role-playing experience to pretty much dive right in.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm Michael Holmes. I, too, will be on Phoenix Dawn Command in about an hour, and I'm looking forward to playing a character that gets along with Mac's character much better than this game.
Do you get along really?
But do
I mean, I run tech on that show. I'm
a
there.
joke because I don't think that's even accurate.
Okay. Once again, I hope you guys had a great holiday. Thank you for joining us, and make sure to tune back in an hour for Phoenix Dawn Command, ran by our own Stax Card.
Huzzah.
All right. And bye, everyone.
Bye.
Shaka bra.